here, right? So
Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, boys. We have something special today, and why is the music on repeat? Go away. Thank you. We have something special today, boys. We have the first AI tournament in Forts. That is right. We will be featuring a tournament here not played by human players, but by the robot overlords. It is going to... I'm really looking forward to this, actually. So I'm in a voice chat with one of the developers of Forts, as well as one of our co-casters here, Synergy Gaming. I believe he's live on stream right now, if not just starting up. We're just getting everything all set up together to make sure things are running. Cronkinator is tournament manager this time, so we're going to be helping him out here. It looks like things are getting all set up. I'll be switching over to the Forts cam here in a minute, but while we get all the robotic cats started, let's go ahead and unmute in Discord and go ahead and say hi to everyone.
To update and in Forts, and then we'll have basically the next competitor's AI configured in this lobby.
All right,
Hello there.
There he is. How you doing?
I'm doing all right. Just got the stream all set up. Lobby is up. You guys are already in. Beautiful. So looks like we're good to. Looks like we're actually about ready here.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I'd say so. First up is somebody named P. Watts against Lancenshield. Unless that has changed, I'll just refresh the site on the off chance that things have. No, that's it.
Yeah.
And let's see here. What else? We've got the tournament is up and running. It appears to be. So we just need the map to update in the lobby, I think.
It looks like the update is going through right now.
Incursus, would you like to change this to observers, please?
And you guys can do that yourselves, but yes.
I don't think we. Yeah, it was locked. Yeah.
Really? Odd.
Lobby's
Okay.
default lock now, so that they can't mess around with.
Oh right.
Off the start. Yeah.
That's actually really nice. I forgot about that.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Okay, so we should be good to go here. Our first AI will be P. Watts versus Lancenshields. Remember, guys, that the AI were created and submitted by individual players. So the players that submitted them were P. Watts and Lancenshield, and we're going to be playing on vanilla, correct?
Yes.
Excellent. So it will be vanilla map, and we're about to get ready to go here. Cronkinator, is there anything we need to do before actually getting this started?
Set AI to hard, I think.
Select the correct map.
Looks like it is.
Is vanilla not the correct map?
No, you got to use the AI Tournament 1 map that he suggested.
You're correct. Vanilla AI Tournament. I had to edit it to add the custom AIs. There we go. AI Tournament 1. So it will be the vanilla map with the custom AIs. Got it.
That's right. Yep.
Alright. So it looks like we have all the mods. We have the frustration off for those players and the ultra hard AI, which basically adds or uncaps the APM of the players.
Yes.
Of the AI players. And I think that should be it, and we're good to go.
All right.
And
guys, let's get ready for game
a
number
15 minutes. Yeah. That's
Yes, the
good.
15-minute is on.
Just in case. And
Alrighty, so let's
now,
go ahead and I'll go ahead and hit the button whenever you guys give it a start. Before we start, is there anything we want to say? Any kind of introduction?
Well, I was just looking for comments on these particular competitors' AI. I did ask if everybody could sort of give us a little rundown on their approach. These particular players have not put any information, unfortunately. So I'm not exactly sure what their technique was in making these AIs, or at least their strategy. So I think we're going to have to just sort of
Figure it out on the fly.
Yeah, exactly.
They did post in the AI
Philosophy?
English words. Philosophy. That's what I'm trying to say.
AI philosophy.
Oh man, there we go. I had a button.
Oh, Lancenshield. There he is. Yeah, I just found it. His AI is relying on hitting hard enough and fast enough to delay the enemy and allow my AI to build up. That's how he starts his blurb here. So, okay. That's, shall we start? Is there anything else? Yes. Yeah. Should we give it a go?
I believe it is time to go, boys. All right then, let's go ahead and get ourselves started here. We have Lance and Shield versus
Which side?
P-Watts.
P-Watts. I don't think we do actually. But we'll figure. Actually,
Better
do we?
see lots of
Cronkinator.
nukes since all the AI is in the cloud.
So my guess
Cronkinator.
is that it's
Which side is which?
My guess is
The player on
P-Watts
top is a
Team
match
One.
of Team 1. Alright.
Yeah. So P-Watts is on the left.
Let's go.
Yeah.
And we are off to round 1. So it will be P-Watts on the left
Good
versus
morning,
Lance and
Incursus.
Shield on the right. And things are already getting wild here.
I can see that exposed technology on the top of the base right off the bat. I think Incursus, that'd be something you take advantage of with the sniper pretty quick.
Well, it looks like the other AI has already got that same idea in mind. Oh dear. Yeah, it just starts sniping at things. Remember, with this infinite APM, there's no reason they can't. This is the wrong AI. Oh no.
Look at the door on Team 2 when the sniper opens. It's not even fully open yet. It's like a 2/3 open door, and it's just shooting and closing the door again. This is going to change the fort's meta forever.
Now you see, I wish I could do that. All right.
Oh,
So it looks like this is the
Kronk
wrong
said
AI.
there's something that quick.
Yeah, so we're
Okay.
gonna have to. He's gonna have to update that real quick. Give us a moment. Restart.
Okay.
This is live action testing.
Hey guys, let me go ahead and check
Your
the
voice is a
donations
little
for a minute.
glitchy to me, Incursus. I don't know if anybody else is hearing.
Magica dude coming in
Like
with
static?
the 20,
Yeah, like
the
it's like
nuke.
cutting in and out
Oh
real-
my, better see a lot of nukes since all the AIs is in the cloud.
What's another
Hey.
Windows update?
And
Was it-
Kalijah Anderson coming in with the 100. Good morning to you too, Kalijah. Definitely taking the top donation spot. Oh my, that's that's a lot. All right, well, thank you so much, guys. I am not
There
running with a
goes
delay this
updating,
time for
which
this
is kinda
tournament.
cool.
However, I will not be looking at donations. Instead, I'll be focusing on the tournament for the sake
And
of
just gotta ready
the
up.
content here. Is it just a Discord thing or something else going on with my microphone? On my end, my microphone sounds pretty. At least
Okay, it might be just
locally
Discord.
sounds pretty all right.
Okay.
Like I don't know what the bit rate of this channel is.
Oh yeah, that might be it.
Hello, testing 1 2 3.
Awesome. Video.
Okay,
Hello,
cool.
testing 1 2 3.
And
That sounds
Kronk
nice and
needs
clear
to be
here.
Observer.
All right, Kronk goes to observer. Okay. Alrighty, so we got the updated map, and now it should be the
Correct AI.
proper AI this time. We hope. And let's try this once more. Once more into the fray. Round 1. Let's go.
So-
It's the same strategy.
That's right. And Lance and Shield said
detected.
on the right, I tried to do mortars at first, but found them too easy to counter with just a couple of MGs. I decided to do an armory rush because the only way to defend it would be to put MGs on the front, where they get instantly sniped,
Skynet nukes in
as well as they are faster to rush than nukes, so I can attack sooner.
That makes sense to me.
I'm not sure if you guys watched the video I put out there, the tutorial video, the seven golden rules. Can't even speak today. The AI is doing literally the one thing that we talked about in the guide about what not to do, building the 2x3 boxes on the back of his base on the right side.
I mean, the AI can get away with a lot of weird strategies just because of how fast and how manipulative they can be, exploitive they can be for a lot of the mechanics. Now, I find it odd. I find it an interesting idea that he's deciding to not go for mortars for this, because mortars traditionally tend to work out better, at least with human players. They tend to work out better just in terms
I think
of damage
the rules
output.
changed. I think
And-
the rules changed with the AI though,
This is true.
because of the The infinitely accurate snipers are going to be the key thing here.
Agreed. Look at that, the super greedy build on Team 1. Selling off all the resources, building those 2 swarm missiles, getting ready like right off the bat.
Now, one thing I am curious about. So Lance's Shield said that the mortars are easy to counter with machine guns. Now, just on your guess, how many AI do you speculate are actually recorded to include machine guns of any kind?
I would think that maybe if they're considering nuke rushes, they would probably do gunners. But I'm sure that the players would have thought the fact that AIs will just then play snipers with perfect aim, like you had mentioned.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know if gunners would be a counter to mortars, or if they would use exposed gunners or doored gunners.
Well, we may not have an opportunity to find out, because it looks like gunners just aren't being placed by either side, and both sides need them at this point. We have
Look at the
rockets.
Well, there we go. The Team 1's AI sold off their technology, probably to use the resources for an upgrade center. Get ready for nukes.
Oof.
Nice to see some swarms in there.
2 minutes and 45 seconds, and the war has already started.
Yeah.
And it's
than any
only going to
player.
kick off here.
Yeah. Look at that. Did you see that?
Ooh.
That the accuracy, those rockets went straight
Yeah.
for the bottom of the base.
Yeah.
Sniping off the rockets.
Unbelievable.
AI is fun
This
sometimes.
is gonna create brand new meta for Force.
Oh, that would be funny if it did. I
Provided that we
guarantee
can
you
all learn
people
to
are
have-
going to try it.
Yeah, provided we can learn to have 12,000 APM.
Oh. Core's
We
been
have
damaged on the
our-
left.
Indeed, we have our first damage on the core. And that's going to put Team 2 in the lead here. Man, poor Team 1. It just doesn't have the economy to keep up with the rockets. You can see it trying to repair and just failing. And because it's out of money, it actually won't be able to fire the swarm missiles. So this might just be a death spiral here. The AI
Yeah, it
doesn't
might
know how to
be.
get out of it. It won't be able to fire the rockets. It'll just keep trying to build and rebuild to make up for its pattern. And without the money to do so, it's gonna have a bad day right now.
Yeah, absolutely. You see the snipers harassing that turbine. Every time he repairs it, it stops generating energy.
And there it goes. At least now he doesn't have to repair it anymore.
Right? Absolutely. And that's looking like a... I gotta be honest, this is probably one of the most frustrating situations to ever be in, when you're playing a game, but you actually aren't playing the game because the other player isn't letting you play.
Yeah. The death spiral.
Yeah. And there's nothing you can do. You just wait for your inevitable demise.
Next stop, New York City.
Ironic, because frustration is turned off. Hey, that's a pun. It looks
I
like
should maybe run that mod in my streams.
yeah, the chip damage is starting to set in. The AI has just enough economy to replace the wood fast enough that it doesn't just outright die, but the chip damage is starting to add up.
Look at that AI. With the
Oh
aiming
my
of
God.
snipers. Just bang, 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 bang.
It's just constant. I wish I had this kind of APM to fire snipers like that accurately.
Yeah.
Accurately,
imagine?
That's the thing.
Like
That's the
I could tab E all day, but this is
Yeah. And that's a
Uh-oh.
manual aim, right? The
There it
AI
is.
There you
Oh,
go.
death by sniper.
GG.
player eliminated. So that's Lance's Shield comes in with the victory this time around.
Yes, he does.
Doesn't
Well
even
done,
reach-
Lance Shield.
All right. So that
Yeah,
that's a
he
good
said he
first
was
match.
he developed his AI trying to do all strategies I could think of and test them out against my main AI. I often found small weaknesses that would stunlock my AI. Interesting.
And so that's actually a perfect example of what we saw here. Lance and Shield basically exploited the that kind of stun lock idea, where it just hit the enemy AI once. The AI spent money repairing instead of fixing the issue of losing income, and then just never got out of it.
Right.
But this is the point where most people.
It's a very see, and that's, you know, in my streams, that's one of the main reasons that I do a more economic build, because I find harassment to be very common. So, but if I have the economy to withstand a little bit of harassment, and
hey, we have more support coming in from a passer field, jumping in right before the start of the last match.
Intrusion detected, make away.
If any of the players to design their
And then
AI
JR Spike 23 dropping that ever consistent nuke.
if they would have considered that harassment.
Thank you so much coming in for that support. Hopefully we can get some more going on here.
Incursus, do you want to unlock the teams?
That's a good idea.
Or just because he's going to be
Actually, that's a good idea. Let me go ahead and do that. Beautiful. All right. So 42 is playing without playing with frustration enabled. So we'll go ahead and take off, re-enable that, and we should be good to go here. The map has updated, so we should have the new bracket here.
42 versus Merrick's.
Sorry, guys. Do we know?
I see. 42
maybe-
versus Merrick's. Yes.
Maybe let the viewers know what the frustration mod is and what that means.
Actually, I'll let Nosehead handle that one.
You know, I actually, 1 second here. Let me just double check something.
More of a B-man question.
Yeah, it is. I'm just trying to see, because I was talking to him about it.
The way I understood it is I haven't worked with Fort's AI much. My Lua is actually a little bit rusty. I should play around with that. I do want to actually participate in the next one of these, assuming that we do another one. However, from what I understood it, the frustration is this idea that the AI doesn't do the exact same thing every single time. It kind of pseudo-randomizes it a bit. Because as you guys know, the AI will attempt to build the same composition, the same thing in the same order, more or less. And frustration is the method, the function that causes the more or less instead of doing the exact same recording every single time.
Okay, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. Bowser had commented he liked the turbine placement. I'm assuming he's talking about the team 2, how they put the turbine far enough at the back that it couldn't be harassed. And then down below.
That's an interesting one. Obviously doesn't work with missiles. It's a little bit more expensive, but it is effective and safe, at least for 1 or 2 turbines. Alright, I believe we are good to go here. So do we have anything in between?
I think that was it. And the players were again?
The players are 42 scientists. They'll be on the team 1, and then Merrick's on team 2.
Perfect.
So some interesting stuff B-Man has said here. The AI effectively takes turns at firing the weapons at what it deems as suitable targets. The targets are prioritized, but the current target is slightly randomized within that list. In hard mode, the AI will build, repair, and fire simultaneously. In lesser difficulties, building and firing take turns, and repair is periodic.
Okay.
If something is destroyed, the AI backtracks and tries to rebuild before moving on to new things. So those are all things that all kind of work together to be the part of the Fort's AI. And then Endo's mod is obviously tweaking some of the delays there. And what you were saying about the frustration.
Makes sense. All right, so let's go ahead and jump into this next match here. We have 42 scientists and Merrick's. Let's go.
All right, Interesting to
Alrighty.
see. So, question: something I've never really noticed before. When we're aiming as players, when we go to repair something, does it take our aiming reticle away? I've never really paid attention to that. Because that would
Nope.
make it physically impossible for us to aim and repair at the same time.
It does not. You can have a weapon selected and repair nearby things.
And okay, cool. I don't know why I've just never paid attention to that whatsoever. Looking like Merrick's bot is considering a nuke rush. That is literally the.
Let the incursion begin in degree.
It sells off its resource storage.
Interesting tactic. I mean, for a nuke rush, I suppose you don't need a lot of the resource storages outside of the batteries, but those could be rebuilt.
Yeah. So it must know that by the resources gained from selling those to get them down faster.
So it looks like we have 42 scientists here on the left. Going for a very defensive style strategy, adding in extra foundations already, having his turbines perpetually sniped because ultra hard AI.
Yep.
Oh, that's gonna be rough. A turbine under construction does not survive perpetual sniper fire. It will explode before it completes. Usually not a big deal versus human players because human players can't physically build things while sniping. AI, different issue entirely. AI can absolutely do that.
Wow.
The mortar rush. So that is why he was able to sell off his thing, all of his storages. He doesn't need them because he's going full mortars.
Yep. Oh, and there's no AA yet.
Not yet. And that might just blow up the mortar. And this is, I think, an example of being a little bit too defensive.
Yes.
42's
Absolutely.
AI is build defenses instead of offenses and simply did not get weapons online before the enemy attacked.
Exactly. And I mean, we know as players that doing your internal base inside of a base isn't needed until, quite a bit further into the match.
Exactly.
There's a lot of wasted resources there.
Oh, here we go.
Here come the upgraded mortars. Now, I do notice one notable weakness out of Team 2's AI here, and that's base deformation. That kind of mortar style, where it's got this teeny tiny little gap through which you could fire the mortars, is very susceptible to any kind of deformation of the base. If the base leans to one side, or it gets knocked around a bit, suddenly the firing angles are off, or just completely non-existent. So that
Right.
could switch things around and leave the AI basically stun-locked itself if something were to happen to that base. But it doesn't look like that's going to be an issue this time, the way things are going.
Again with the
Yeah,
just a lot of
Merrick
mortars.
says he didn't do MGs because he figured they were going to take out his own mortars. Probably right.
He's probably right, at least assuming if the
Yeah.
mortars are not above the MGs.
And we noticed too when Merrick's thing that happened again there, but the very first mortar shot that came out from Merrick's AI, the sniper actually hit the mortar. and shot the
Yeah, it's happened a couple times now.
To what new horizons can we look now?
Oh, that's a
Oh,
direct
this
hit in the
isn't-
core. That's gonna be.
Yeah.
That's gonna spell the end. And there it is.
Yep. GG. Not messing around.
4 minutes and 2 seconds. 42 scientists is eliminated. That brings Merrick's up one.
You know, it makes me
Good job, Max.
watching these AIs and the importance of a sniper. In Incursus, I've watched a lot of your videos, and I know that you've always stressed how important a sniper is. You use it in almost every game at one point or another to add harassment. It's just amazing to see that if you were to get the APM up higher and your practice and your accuracy, just how much damage a single sniper can do in a game is impressive.
Oh yeah, and it's always a trade-off, at least for humans. There's always a trade-off between getting things done with the sniper and then getting the economy necessary to actually win the game. Because the sniper won't win you the game, but it will slow down the opponent. And so it's always this game, because you can almost indefinitely slow down an opponent with just a sniper rifle, but you won't be able to win the game with it.
No.
So you gotta.
Harassment is a key strategy, isn't it? Like if you
Yes,
don't have any harassment,
absolutely.
then you're missing out on you're missing out on delaying your enemy. You're not destroying him, but harassing him enough to give you a chance to have a moment to finish upgrading something or adding that one extra bit of resource. You know what I mean? It buys you time, basically.
Exactly. All right, so we had Merrick's winning last match, so now it will be JoJo versus Mandalorian Jedi. All right, so let's go ahead. The AIs are updated. The frustration is disabled. And with 42 being eliminated, I think he was the only one who had frustration enabled, so it should just be frustration off for everyone else. And now we are good to go. Let's jump right into this next one. Alright, so on the left-hand side we have JoJo. And on the right-hand side we have Mandalorian Jedi.
Beauty.
So Mandalorian says his AI wants to capitalize on your AI's failures.
That's actually a legitimate tactic, and there are many ways to do that in Forts. That is for sure.
Dark side.
Ooh my.
Coming from the Jedi. It's really interesting. The guide that 42 Scientists, Cronkinator, and Eminem have made. One of the things that they talk about actually was in their 7 golden rules is not to fire the gunner at the start. Now, of course, that's
Yes.
for new players because of the APM that we literally just talked about you're wasting time firing your gunner, not getting things done. But it's interesting that has been stated by some of those guys, and then the first thing these AI do is grab the gunner and shoot across the map.
I mean, why not? You have the APM for it. The only reason why you wouldn't want to at that point... Oh, this poor AI. Mandalorian Jedi did not think of the perfect APM sniper. It's just gonna keep rebuilding that same mortar in the same spot, and it's not gonna get any better from here. Oh dear. So what was it about exploiting the failures of your AI?
That's quite clever. Quite clever.
There's yikes. So that AI is going to want to follow its build pattern, and its build pattern dictates that it wants to have mortars on the front, and it may build one mortar in one spot versus another spot. It'll have some minor variance in it, but especially with frustration off, it will perpetually continue to try to build those mortars until it has them successfully built. And that is going to be an issue when it's building undefended mortars in front of a sniper rifle. Yikes. That's going to basically eat all of its resources until the end of time and give Team 1 here, JoJo, all the time in the world to do anything it wants, which in this case is getting mortars out and starting to shoot Mandalorian Jedi here.
I'm very surprised about the exposed mortars, though. That's a very interesting, considering that snipers are a thing. That's a large investment, right? To place mortars down and have them sniped, at 150 metal per placement.
What I'm betting is
That's a lot.
he wanted to be faster with it, so he told the AI to put the mortars first and then defend them after. That way they can be that way the mortars will come out faster. Kind of backfiring. This is how that backfires.
Harassment. It'd be interesting to be able to, similar to a StarCraft thing, where you can watch a game like this, or be able to watch a replay and then jump in, and see if there's something else that you could do to come back from a situation like this, right? With mortars constantly firing and snipers, and now the AI is building gunners. It just hurts.
It's just endless.
And it's getting
Watching the
worse. I'm surprised that that Mojo's AI has taken so long to get up to the heavy mortars. It's been 4 minutes and the heavy mortars are just being upgraded.
Okay, so he
he's actually upgraded the
all of them at
sniper as
once.
well. Yeah.
Yeah, that's gonna be interesting. I wonder if it's gonna give Mandalorian a chance here.
I don't think so, no.
That gunner behind the door is toast.
Oh no, here we go. No, it's it.
Look at the accuracy of those mortars. GG.
Straight on. GG. And Mojo
4
comes
minutes.
in with the victory.
Jojo.
Jojo moves on. Excellent. All right.
Nice.
Resource
next?
management is tough without commanders. Hey. It's different.
Well, Freedom coming in with AI dumb.
I wonder how well the AI, at least the ultra hard AI, would work with the AP sniper.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing that.
Because that just sounds brutal, but also
Yeah.
you can easily trap the AI into shooting the same target over and again without it actually being able to destroy the target it's shooting at, just because the AP sniper can be a little bit finicky
Slow.
in how much it can penetrate. You can kind of exploit that, and I wonder if it's easy enough to exploit that it can happen accidentally, and I wonder if we're going to see that here.
Speaking of accidentally, do you think, with the way that the AIs are done, that you could get a random matchup or the matchups all the way to victory? That there could be another AI in the tournament that would beat yours, but because you didn't get matched up against it? then you
Yes,
can just roll
absolutely.
with it. Yeah. Something that's kind of interesting to think of.
All right, so in this next match here, we have Shadow
Dodo.
Dodo T.
Dodo.
Shadow Dodati. Dodo T. Shadow Dodo T. I've seen his name a lot in the
for you.
Discord. I should probably have at least tried to pronounce it aloud at least once in the amount of time he's been here. And he's facing off against Lavin.
Royal Flush, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the AI tournament.
Yes, AI tournament. This is actually, not only is it entertaining, this is actually going extremely smoothly.
Yes. I figured they were going to be quite quick. I mean, I did see a test match and it was 5 minutes, so I thought, wow, this is going to be the fastest tournament we've ever had. Normally they're like 4 hours long, right?
I want to be a participant of this, except I'm going to get frustrated not being able to rewrite the AI from the bottom up. Or maybe I'll find a way to do that. Just go full on mod. Just say, oh, look at all this B-man, great. I'm gonna redo it. Alrighty, let's go ahead and get this match started. Alright, and we are off. On the left side, we have Shadow, because the full name is a little bit too many syllables for me to be pronouncing over and again. And on the right side...
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
On the right side, we have Lavin.
Perfect. Something I wanted to notice, guys, on the AI on the left side, when it built its boxes where it placed its armory, it didn't just grab a brace and drag it over to create the box. It actually put in all 3 bracings like that. I don't know if you guys saw that. It's building them one by one at that speed.
Yes, most AI actually do that.
That's crazy how
Yes.
fast that is.
Yes.
Uh-oh.
We seem to be going
This
with the
is-
mass sniper strat out of Team 2 here.
Oh, yes.
Lavin's just building multiple exposed snipers and going wild with it. That's going to throw off all those... None of those turbines are going to survive. None of those turbines are going to survive. Oh, we see what the strategy is, though. That is a quintessential, classic missile rush. That's going to be EMP first into rockets.
Interesting. It's unfortunate that the AI puts exposed turbines like that.
I don't think it's going to win this one.
Nope.
It's just going to get get snipered. If this thing goes up, it's getting an upgrade center first. If this thing goes upgraded snipers as its offensive weapon, I'm going to be both surprised and shocked. It's getting another battery. Curious.
Yeah,
Ooh.
very, very strange to want to place an additional battery this early in the game.
Okay.
The amount
You know,
of resources.
I'm guessing that this Team 2 build out of Levin is just miniguns and upgraded snipers. Maybe one of those snipers will get upgraded, and then both machine guns get upgraded.
Incursus
Poor
makes
Shadow.
one video with mass snipers and wins the AI tournament.
You know, honestly, now that I think about it, mass snipers may actually be one of the stronger strats here, because the downside of snipers in PvP, like even which is tabby, I can't keep on top of the APM requirement for it. There's something, it's just too much. But the AI with the unlocked APM can absolutely do that. But no, it looks like the AI is going to be going for mortars or some similar hybrid style weapon. But even just the snipers is enough to stun lock Team 1's AI here.
Absolutely. The Team 2's AI using those forsaken 3x2 boxes talked about.
Ah, jeez.
Forgot to take the noob script out of the AI programmer. Oh no! I don't have a... Is there an actual bracket, guys? I don't have that linked up here right now. I've got some viewers that are trying to see.
Yes, there is an actual bracket. It is in the pinned messages of the AI channel. It's pinned in like 3 different channels, yes. Oh, we have more snipers being placed. I was wondering what those double doors are for. Oh, jeez, you see that door? It's just gross. I wish I had the APM for that. You know, I bound a key for closed door, and I can't even manage that. That's just gross. Like, excuse me. It's just mesmerizing to watch.
It is. Except, and this is an example of how a bunch of snipers, you know, keeps the enemy at bay but doesn't destroy it.
Yes,
And
exactly.
you still need something a bit with a bit more spice to it to cause some damage.
Yeah.
There's the AP sniper coming in.
So
Looks-
the AP sniper doesn't do additional damage, correct? It just penetrates? Or is it actually stronger?
I'm not actually sure on that one. If it is stronger, it's not strong enough to make a notable difference in that it still kills things in the same amount of shots. AP does... I'm getting from chat that AP does 30 damage to structure versus 15, so it does technically do more damage.
Okay.
It just
Structure damage, but
doesn't...
devices or components.
Yes, I believe you're correct.
That would be an interesting change to make. To actually make the AP sniper stronger. You might see them more in games.
Well, that I don't know. If they were stronger than they already are, I don't think snipers need a buff at the moment. If snipers were to be stronger than they already are, it would be a little bit ridiculous, I think. I mean, after all, have you seen what these AI are doing to each other with just snipers?
That's true. That's true. That's true. That is very true.
I just want to point out, it has been 6 minutes, and Team 2's AI is only just now getting weapons capable of actually dealing structure damage.
Warning, nuclear launch detected.
Yes, it's going to be interesting in later matches when we get more similar AIs versus each other.
Yes.
What kind of stalemate we get into.
And that's what I was referring to when I was saying, you know, if one
Hello,
AI
good work on the
doesn't get
video.
matched up
Stay
against a
safe
good
and stay
counterpart,
healthy.
it could
Yeah.
just theoretically go right to the end.
Could.
Oh, that is correct. Rockinator bringing that in here. So, looks like Earthport Games has decided to donate. What was it? $100 for
Oh
every
yes.
warhead that was
Yes,
taken
that's
out?
right. I was just sort of watching what was going on to see what was going to happen with that because obviously, there's a warhead sitting there, but it hasn't been fired. And so our current plan is that for everyone that gets shot down, that we're going to donate $100 to the World Health Organization in helping deal with the COVID situation around the world. The only issue here is that we might not see a warhead. So we might change that based on how things go to another metric. So, but we'll see how we go. I'd like to see it.
I just want to point out that the sniper fire is so perpetual, it's starting to break wood.
It is.
Yeah, it's a look at the accuracy of those mortars. Like they're just bang on.
And that's
Done.
it.
GG.
GG.
7
$1.
minutes.
Bowser says $1 for every sniper bullet.
That would be super hard to count. We'd have to have a script that goes
Yeah.
through the replay file and like crawls that.
Absolutely.
GG. Alright, so that was Team 2 with the victory. That's 11 going up. Next up, we have Pyrofek versus Emmenwort.
Who we've seen before, I think.
Absolutely. Emmenwort has been around for quite some time. Pyrofek I don't recognize from the Discord. However, I am curious to see how the AI works. Maybe change it to $100 for every nuke fired or shot down. That may happen. We may have a nuke fired at some point.
Yep.
Alright, so the tournament has updated. Alrighty.
Darius Watson comes in here saying, "Tell Incursus that I say hi." Darius Watson says hi. It's just...
Hello there. Alrighty, next up we have Pyrofek on Team 1 versus Emmenwort on Team 2.
Can we look
Let's go.
where are the opportunities? Frontiers of the future are not already mapped.
And see if these guys have said anything.
What's ahead of us?
There we go. Who's on Team 1 again? Sorry.
Team 1 is
Pyrofek.
Pyrofek. With the default standard exposed turbines on top of the base, which so far has been nothing but an extreme liability.
Yeah, it's good to see Emmenwort deleted. Had his AI delete the gunner that he talked so frivolously about in his guide. Glad to
Both
see
players deleting the gunners there.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. Looking like the right side is going for the economy we're looking at. I think this is going for 4 mines right off the bat.
That is a good observation. Most AIs so far have been sticking with the 3-mine economy and just going full-on, I guess, cheese-style builds. I could see the AI slightly adjusting the sniper barrels, just trying to find a site, although the sniper is completely blocked off by wood.
Is that bothering anyone else watching this stream right now, or watching the cast of seeing that the bracing not there right now with the exposed sniper barrel sticking through there?
He's just chilling. He's just trying to keep the sniper nice and safe till later. Curious as to why.
Bowser coming in here wondering why no AI uses sandbags to protect the turbines. Actually, a few of the AI have used sandbags to protect the turbines. I think it's the order in which they try to get the sandbags out. It's usually 2 or 3 turbines and then the sandbags happen. So I'm assuming that if the AI gets stuck in a lock where it's trying to build the turbines, it won't place the sandbags until the turbines are built.
Oh, what a there's an interesting build on the right.
I think we'll have to
At least it's got gunners and defenses against potential nukes. Hey, he's trying to build for the charity. That's what he's trying to do.
Oh, here we go. Yeah, good. That's good.
He's trying to make sure he could shoot down those missiles. Alright, so now we have actual weapons out in the form of swarm missiles. Swarm missiles being fired from Team 2, and...
No defense.
no defense. But no serious damage here.
Okay, so he's upgrading it to a warhead, which is good.
That the door on that sniper is having a panic attack. Oh, but it does manage to get one shot off, and with it, it takes out Team 2 sniper.
Look at that. Did you see the AI spamming the wood in the front of the base there?
Yes.
That was incredibly fast.
I think that was just coincidence. It wasn't reacting to the swarm missiles so much as it just wanted to build forward. It was timed to build. But that was perfectly timed. Almost perfectly timed.
That was pretty impressive. And how fast it built it.
Machine gunners
Oh,
actually
all got
taking
shot
those
down.
down. Nice.
yeah.
No.
Oh man, the doored sniper.
The question is here. Are the gunners going to do enough harass? Yes, so he's only firing one swarm at a time, so the energy, you can see that the gunners are harassing those turbines to stop them from producing as much energy, causing it only to fire one swarm at a time.
That's true.
Oh, takes out the sniper. Hopefully that's a lock. No!
That might be a
Repeatedly.
lock. That's just the same sniper getting picked off over and again. That's 100 metal lost every time it's destroyed, and that is not a that's not a net positive trade there for Team 2.
Whoa! New meta,
Interesting.
guys, on Team 1.
Curious.
Is there a reason for that? Are ropes connecting across cheaper than back
The
bracing?
ropes connecting across, I believe, are cheaper than cross bracing, than background bracing there, at least for that amount. I'm
How's
curious.
the door on the Team 1?
Would make sense if it
It's
was
hilarious.
Tanya's mod and those were the anti-flak ropes, but
Alright, so Team 2 finally gets a door in front of its sniper, and that will allow the sniper to complete construction. Doors are important. And there are the sandbags in front of the turbines that
Oh.
will keep those safe. The sniper
Oh, we
gets
got
a
a
door
warhead.
sniped anyways, but there's the
Got a
warhead. And it lands. Oh,
Lands.
that's some serious damage onto the core there. The core may not be able to take another hit like that. Poor Team 2 sniper keeps getting door sniped every time it opens. Swarm missiles in.
you can see Team 2's AI has 2 gunners stuck behind wood. Wonder if it's using that and replace it by doors. I would like to see that rather than it just go to background bracing.
It'd probably work out better for it. I think it's prioritizing... Yeah, it's prioritizing inner... Oh, it's actually turning those into miniguns. Curious. So then it'll put some doors on those. Background bracing first. It's actually expanding downward.
For those of you that have asked me why I put shields in front of my turbines earlier in matches, this is why. This is exactly why I do that.
Oh
For
dear.
the one time in every 100 games that it happens. Oh!
The snipe is real. Oh! Oh,
This is
finally
our-
Team 2
our-
gets the door snipe off.
That could drastically change how this game works.
Hey, another warhead.
And this one has the
Yay.
potential to end the game.
Ooh.
Almost. That's a
Alright,
lot of splash
so
damage onto the core. And as you can see,
just a
Team 1
minor
is
change.
out of resources. Go ahead.
Yes. Oh, I was just going to say, we'll make it that it's also when warheads land, not just get shot down.
All right,
For
so that is
the donations. So we got 2 so far. Very exciting.
excellent.
That's when warheads connect
Connect or get shot down.
or shut down. Okay.
Yeah.
So basically, once they're fired.
Yes, basically.
Gotcha.
Because it seems to be a rare occurrence. More rare than I was considering.
But when we have the human player matches, the rush strategies tend to involve swarm missiles and nukes, just because of
Yes.
how powerful they can be and how RNG they are and how much damage they deal. It makes them
Yes.
extremely difficult to defend against. But in terms of AI battles, it's almost entirely determined by how well they can deal with snipers. Oh, the battery's exposed and everything is angry at it. Just barely survives.
Wow. This is our longest match, too.
Yes.
I completely forgot about
Oh, no.
the text box.
Man, if that...
For how many nukes have been fired?
I'm just waiting for that battery to go.
Yeah.
I did not see that one coming. That will change things up a bit. And with it, here comes a nuke. Oh, this is going to be game ending. And
Yep.
there it is. GG. So that is 3 hits.
3 hits.
3 warheads so far.
Excellent.
Nice. Okay.
So Emmenwert moves on in the bracket.
Cool. Freedom versus Felix.
So next up on the bracket, we have Freedom on Team 1 versus Felix on Team 2.
Let's see here.
Everything is on fire!
Love the tournaments.
Let's see.
As we get everything together here, Kronk will be right back with the updated map. Hey there, guys. I want to take a moment to catch up on donations. So thank you so much, Cookie Cool Gaming 101 coming in with the support. Matthew Lang for the Everything is on Fire. Hello, one and all. Thank you so much for all
For
the
those of you guys
support.
that are new
Sorry,
to
guys,
the
I'm
stream,
not
Freedom
keeping
Ninja
up.
Forts,
I'm
like I mentioned
saving
before,
all of
42
the.
scientists, Kronk
Wait,
and
finish.
YouTube, who has graciously decided to help organize this tournament, basically his idea, and Emmenwert have put together this really comprehensive guide for forts, basically how to become a pro at vanilla forts. There is a guide on the Steam website under forts. You guys can see that, how to become a pro at vanilla forts. There's also a link down below in my description if you guys want to check that out. If you guys have questions and want to learn more about how to become better at forts, that is definitely a place you can get yourself some resources and information.
So Felix has said
Excellent.
the plan behind his AI is to stun the enemy with EMPs till the nuke and rockets can come out and destroy their fort.
And now we shall see. What is the better stun weapon? Snipers or EMPs?
I'd like
All
to
right.
see if snipers shoot the EMPs out of the air.
That would be my assumption.
Well, let's jump into it and find out.
New meta.
All right, boys. On the left side, we have Freedom. And on the right side, we have Emmenwert. I'm sorry, Felix. Oosh.
Felix.
Last match. Felix on the right side here.
Might be a very interesting perspective to think of as the kind of programmers or script writers for these AI, to be able to watch the tournament as the creator of your AI put against. You know, as when you're playing in a tournament, you don't really get to watch yourself, but to watch your creation take on other people's creations is very interesting concept.
Yep. It's great.
In my experience, watching my own AI do things is usually a frustrating frustrating bout of sadness, like, and
Absolutely.
watching it do something that I told it not to do a million times, it still does.
Yeah. It's like you want to be able to go in and tweak it while it's live, right?
Yep. And most of the time it's like, oh, you're doing this again. I know exactly why you're doing that. Stop it.
Yeah.
Oh, we actually have sandbags coming out before the turbines. That's
Yeah, I was just gonna say that.
probably going to be the difference between these AI surviving and not surviving. Okay then. So we do have two very different strategies here. We have no sniper out of Team 1, out of Freedom here, which seems like an immediate disadvantage, but they already have a swarm missile up and running, which is good. However, Team 2 is about to begin firing its EMP, or at least its EMP is about to complete construction. It still has to open its doors. It's going to add some more doors before going on, so it'll be another few seconds before it starts firing those. And there's the sniper out of Team 1. It does get picked off, but it should be able to replace that quite quickly. But it may be too late. No!
Snap!
The friendly fire clearing its own
AI is
skies.
Its own worst enemy. That's its own worst enemy.
And
that's it.
that may be the end there. The AI not particularly good at dealing with that kind of resource loss. Remember, the core gives 100 energy per second and serves as the primary energy income for the early game. With only having one turbine, having its core shut down by an EMP is just destroys. It's just wrecks any kind of build order you could possibly have, let alone an AI who's trying to do anything. And that's
When
just yikes.
When an EMP hits technology, does it prevent you from building that technology?
Yes, it does. Which
Exactly how I
usually
would
isn't that big of a concern, but here makes things a little bit difficult.
Yeah. Yeah, EMPs
do.
have a huge radius.
Oh, and he's saving up. He's trying to save up energy for the nuke. Like, he's not firing swarm missiles first. Not that he has a good opportunity to with the their sniper just had his door opened and immediately capitalized.
Oh no.
Again, Team 2's AI. Felix's
His own worst
AI.
enemy.
To watch the EMP hit the base, and I was watching, and then the EMP just never hit.
It's like, oh, he gets sniped again.
Yeah. And there we go. We've got that sniper lock thing we've been talking about. Keeps placing a sniper, and then the other sniper just shoots it.
But hey, at least the turbine's still alive. Sandbags are a good unit.
Yep. Just need some sort of AA as well.
Needs some sort of AA, but also needs the ability to protect against the sniper. And that's something with this really dense wood spam style. Not good at anti-air emplacements. Makes it a little bit difficult to deal with this kind of EMP or forward-facing rockets. You have to really, really expand yourself forward to add another layer where you can build the machine guns on top of it.
There is nothing more frustrating than constant EMP suppression.
I have to agree with you. There is nothing more frustrating than being perpetually suppressed by EMPs. And now it's just a matter of time before Felix's AI comes in with something that can actually destroy the opponent, which appears to be going for the swarm missile. So we're probably going to see an upgrade center here momentarily out of Team 2's AI. Did add in a second sniper here all the way at the top. But I think Team 2's AI is just taking its sweet time. Yep, there's the upgrade center. We have it right over here. And it's just going to keep the EMP going. Good God. This is...
Look at the massive door, the door APM on that sniper. As second it fires, it closes the doors again. They're not even,
It's mesmerizing.
yeah, impressive.
That's awesome.
Is Felix in this chat? Probably. actually. He tends to be around. And there's the first launch of the swarm missiles. Remember, the dense wood spam is actually very strong versus things that aren't AoE. So things like the swarm missiles, EMP, they technically have an AoE radius, but it's either so small or so weak that it doesn't do that much damage. So for the single target kind of weapons like those, this dense wood spam style that Team 1 is used here is quite tanky. So it's going to take a long time for those weapons to get in. However, we have some upgrades coming through here. We have the upgraded sniper. That's an AP sniper coming out of Team 2. And now the warhead, the nuke, has been added in. We have another weapon emplacement location being created out of Team 2 as well, likely for another EMP, which I assume is going to be upgraded to a rocket at some point. Oh, Team 1 actually managed to transition to a mortar. Oh, that's nice.
A singular mortar.
Is it going to be EMP'd? I think it's going to be EMP'd. Because the AI is going to aim for that instead of the core with the EMPs. And that's going to mean that the turbine and... Alright, well, it's also aiming for the core too with the EMPs. I was not correct at that.
Look at these base designs. This is some new meta.
Oh,
It's something, that's for sure. So the mortar did manage to get one shot off. Unfortunately, it's an incendiary mortar and landed against metal, so that didn't really do much. But it tried, and it's still stun locked, so it hasn't gotten an opportunity again.
Sitting at coming up to 7 minutes and 45 seconds of cons. It's like torture.
Just constant lockdown. Another mortar shot. Again, lands
Keeps
on
hitting.
metal.
No, I'm not gonna kill you. I'm just gonna make you rage quit.
jeez.
Oof. AP sniper hitting that EMP.
Yeah, Team 2 up to 5 turbines.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Uh-oh. Core damage. So I think that's the actual first core damage we've had. Which would mean Team 2 technically wins if a timeout happens. Not that I expect a timeout to happen.
It would be nice if observers could see the core HP.
It would be nice if observers could see core HP. It would be nice if observers could see resources. It would be nice if observers could see a lot of things. But that's not happening right now.
You could almost grab that right from Spook's coding and just kind of put it right into observers.
It's on the to-do list.
There's always a lot of nice to haves that just don't quite make it into updates.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. We have a potential turn of events.
There
we go.
Another nuke fired. Is it gonna hit? Obviously.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah. That hit really hard.
New count. Up to 4.
Up to 4.
And here come the rockets.
Let's add some gradient to this. Get some synergy colors on there. There we go.
Finish with the AP sniper. Sniper's OP.
Snipers. I am pretty sure you've said that once or twice in some of your streams and videos.
Probably.
Snipey OP.
Alright, so there we have Felix moving on. Next up, we have Cronkinator himself versus Rage Alert.
Rage Alert.
Cronkinator, one of the tournament organizer here, and he's updating
from the German Discord, the German Forts Discord.
Yes. And he's the one updating these AIs and keeping them all. He's the one running all the behind the scenes for the tournament. I'm just sitting here talking.
That's right. He's doing a fantastic job.
Yeah,
yes,
absolutely.
it's actually more stable than every other tournament we've run so far, which is nothing but credit to Cronkinator here.
Absolutely.
Because people aren't involved.
Yes. But this time Cronkinator will be facing off against Rage Alert, one of the more known map creators for forts, creating a number of meme maps and thematic maps, if you would. Yeah, guys, did we ask Code Bullet? I don't believe we talked to Code Bullet about this, although it may be in his interests.
So Rage's AI is built to take advantage of the excellent precision. Using this weapon, I can quickly overwhelm the enemy fort with mortars. These mortars target turbines while the sniper is there to pick off any exposed weapons and EMPs.
Ooh.
He deletes the machine gun first.
I want to see sniper spam. Just straight up sniper spam. That's what I want to see.
But it's going to be sniper spam with precision aiming. That's, it's not just going to be tabbying. It's going to be, strategically shot sniper rounds with these AIs at their 12,000 APM. That's going to be very, very interesting.
Is this fundraising for the virus? Yes, there is fundraising for
it is.
Charity for the virus. It is. Every time a warhead is used and either shot down, or anytime a warhead is fired, it will be donating. This is actually Earthwork Games will be donating $100 to Corona support, or the pandemic support.
That is correct.
We're up to $400 so far.
Yes.
It's fundraising against the virus. Yes. Choice of word.
Yeah.
Alrighty, so now let us jump into this next match here. We're all readied up. Cough, cough.
No. Yep. Sorry.
Let's go.
Host problems.
Alrighty, on the left-hand side, starting off with selling off a lot of their metal and adding in sandbags immediately, we have Kronkinator. And on the right-hand side...
Sorry, I'm just going to say Kronk is saying that he's going to be going mortars on this one.
Excellent.
On the left, okay, cool.
Yes, Kronk is on the left. Rage Alert is on the right. We'll see where it's going. Let's see what these different strategies go for. So it looks like Rage Alert here has added on a fair amount of extra bracing, which will put him behind in most respects. However, he doesn't have a sniper to match Kronkinator's sniper, and as we've seen, snipers are quite strong here.
I'm reading your essay here, Kronk. Next time I'm gonna ask for bullet points.
In a player versus player tournament, there's a lot more time to talk in the first 3-ish minutes of the game.
Yes.
There would be room for that, but with AIs, it's an instant harassing. I mean, at 20 seconds, they're coming out with stuff for us to discuss. Looking at Rage Alert's AI though, not opening up the turbines. I wonder if that is intentional. If he's leaving them blocked to generate just a little bit of energy and keep them safe from harass, or if it was just an error.
We have no way of knowing. We can actually... Rage Alert is in chat here. We can ask him. Rage Alert, did you intend to leave these turbines blocked like this? Because it is intentional, he says. All right. And it seems to be working in his favor.
So you can see that the AI has removed that bracing and then instantly placed down sandbags,
which is keeping the turbines safe. And it looks like Rage Alert's mortars are coming out ever so slightly faster, getting those first shots off and destroying Kronkinator's mortars here.
Oh no.
Not just the mortars, but also the sniper, which is going to keep things... That's gonna put Kronkinator on the back foot here.
I have never seen a build like that. A Rage Alert's AI putting a sniper in a little box like that. I think that's and using that box to protect the mortars. Interesting.
And the double trade on the snipers. It's just mortar versus mortar now. I think one of the targeting on the mortars, it's so suspenseful. It's trying to figure out which mortar is getting shot at. As both of those mortars, both teams' mortars are exposed to each other. This is going to come down to whichever team's mortars get destroyed first, and any of those mortars could be shot at any time.
Absolutely.
And it's just
with no air defense.
yeah.
It's just whether or not that they can somehow get their accuracy onto, or where they're prioritizing their targets, as we've talked about before.
Yeah.
They're just going to go for the core. If they're going to do, oh no.
Yo, dear. Looks like Cronkinator's AI is targeting Rage Alert's mortars here, whereas Rage Alert's mortars are trying to target the core, and that's... Oh, that leaves things in a really bad space. Cronkinator, his AI just had better targeting.
You see,
eliminating all the
it's
weapons.
It's firing their mortars, all the mortars at different angles. Too, something that we as players tend not to do, right? We group fire them, 3 of them, sometimes 2 of them fire them up into the air, but mostly it's grabbing a group of 3 and targeting one spot. But this AI is firing them, or was firing them at different angles.
Oh, that's a strat that has worked out.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
It's interesting. These guys have been making like going through multiple iterations of their AI, having to test and try different things. Kronk has done a lot of different permutations of this. And he thinks that this is the one, he calls it his masterpiece.
Well, it is certainly
again,
quite
there's
capable.
The mortars firing at different angles, right?
Yeah.
Some of them are more horizontal. And you can see that Rage Alert's AI is actually put one of the mortars underneath the bracing, using some of that deformation of the base. It can't, it won't be able to fire.
So the right, yes. That is one thing that the AI gets confused about, and that it tries to build in the same spot every time, even if that spot has moved relative to the fort. So it leaves it with some pretty serious and cascading deformation. You guys can see here, there is one mortar that is completely blocked off by the same block that once kept it safe.
Yep.
It is no longer able to fire. However, it looks like Cronkinator's mortars have gotten distracted. No longer firing upon Rage Alert's mortars, instead aiming for the sniper, which is more or less safe. And it lets Rage Alert's Team 2's mortars actually come online and start to get some damage done.
Oh, it's just going for mass mortar spam.
It's just more and more mortars.
Something out of one of my playbooks, almost. I love mortars. I think I like mortars as much as you like snipers. I just love my mortars.
Mortars are quite a satisfying weapon, but here we see our first weapon variety. It is the swarm missile. Doesn't make much in the way of a burning fire on the other side, but it does land. Uh-oh. That's a direct hit on Rage Alert's mortars. Actually, direct hit on both sides, except Cronkinator... yes, Cronkinators on the left side are getting upgraded. And as are Rage Alerts. We'll get it first. Oh dear. 2 upgraded mortar shells out of Rage Alert. They land.
Also focusing on upgrading its economy. Its
Oh!
turbines are starting to be upgraded as well. Not going for that 4th mine though.
And the upgraded mortars, they're just... It's so suspenseful. Like, every time, it's so close.
Oh, right down to the wire, isn't it?
Yeah. It's one of those
Just misses by a few pixels, or just randomly hits.
I think that's the
Yikes.
first time we've seen AI misses.
I mean, it's hitting, it's just not hitting a good target. Oh, core damage is out. That puts Rage Alert in the lead should this go to the timer. I suspect it won't go to the timer. And It keeps hitting that one spot. That one spot is all it takes. Another
And
swarm
the
missile volley.
firing. Now, is it gonna move into Warhead? That's gonna be interesting. That could actually add some core damage, potentially.
It
if
could.
The match goes that long.
I suspect if it ever manages to get the energy to build the warhead, it will then never get the energy to fire the warhead. Frankly, two turbines is not sufficient to fire all those weapons consistently.
Was just gonna say.
That's one advantage that Rage Alert has. It just has the energy production to keep firing, whereas Team 1 here just doesn't. At least, not yet.
So, a question: you guys have obviously a little bit more education on the AIs than I do. When you're kind of scripting these to happen, are there opportunities to add if clauses and then clauses, so to speak, so that if a turbine was being shot by a sniper, so to speak, then it would then place a sandbag instead of continuing its method of trying to place another turbine or something like that?
That's a question best left. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say, no, I don't believe we have that ability. I mean, you can script certain things to happen in a battle, but in terms of actually making like the AI adaptive, currently that's not something that is supported.
Okay.
Yes, I believe that is. And that's it.
Nice.
Rage Alert with the victory, just by virtue of having more things.
Mortar victories are always satisfying.
They really are. GG. That was really close. Like, that could have gone both ways at any time. At most any time.
You guys want to hear something?
I noticed that that Cronkinator's AI had prioritized that sniper. A lot of those mortar shots were just aiming for that sniper in a box. Makes
Which
me wonder
was
if
definitely its downfall.
Yeah. If it would have prioritized the other mortars, it could have changed the game entirely.
Absolutely.
Bowser coming in with the best match so far. Agreed. Absolutely.
Alrighty, next up we have Arexium versus Alex, both players that we have seen here in the Forts community.
Yes, indeed.
Let's see here how
Alex
well
is
their
written.
AIs do.
I think we're going to see, just reading his notes here, Alexi's AI evolution, tanky boy, minigunny, snipey V1, snipey V2, and snipey V3. Okay, so these are all the different things that he's gone through. I don't know if I want to see tanky boy.
Well, especially
jeez.
if the AI gets stuck in a lock, right? If you try and do something tanky like that, and then something gets harassed, and the AI just continuously tries to place it, then essentially your AI has been defeated already.
Alright, looks like we are good to go.
And yes, I'm
Arexium
actually ready.
versus Alex. Let's jump right into it. Alrighty, here on Team 1 we have Arexium. Immediately placing a Dorge Sniper. And on Team 2 we have Alex. Going with no sniper with an exposed turbine. Both teams have a workshop down, and when I say exposed turbine, he's already getting set up for a sandbag, which will keep that turbine. Will it save it? It will.
Yeah. That is really nice to see. That is really nice to see, not having the
Beautiful.
AIs get locked in the sniper war repairing turbines. It's gonna allow
Excellent.
for some progression. That door micro though, I'm telling you.
It's just, as a player who's had to do this manually and tried and failed to come anywhere near as clean as this is doing, this is absolutely mesmerizing to me. Just to watch this door open partially to such a small degree and then fire the sniper. It's just like, I wish I could do this. Like, if I could do this in a match, I would.
while building.
Why
while
would
firing
you
other
ever do
things.
anything else?
So this is this is. Did you guys see Rexium's quote here for his AI? He says, "I'm looking for the bones of your father, but I cannot distinguish them from those of a slave."
What?
That is the philosophy behind my AI.
Rob.
Okay.
Philosophy. Okay then.
I'm not a philosophy major. I'm an engineer.
Engineer in what field?
Computer science. I do programming because programming makes me happy.
I did lots
know-
of many years ago back in high school.
We have a laser rush coming out of one of the
Oh, that would be
AIs here.
nice.
That would be nice. I suspect it's not going to live. There are already 3 mortars coalescing onto the same spot.
Oh no.
Yep.
Staggering the mortar fire again at different angles. Very interesting to see that. Not that I think it really matters, but it could if you're using gunners as potential defense, depending on the timings. It might increase the opportunities for some of those mortar shots to get through. Have yet to see the AIs go up to 5 mines. Sorry, not that I've seen unless I forgot about last round. But.
Even in human player matches, it's difficult to justify getting a 5th mine over something like technology. It's just too expensive.
Okay.
Yeah. Timing wise, absolutely.
We have some AA going on now, so let's see if this shifts things.
Pulling a page right from the default AI, putting gunners in behind wooden slats, wooden bracing, allowing it to aim upwards.
I mean, that's very often enough to keep the mortars at bay, at least sufficiently in check to carry on with your build. The question is, will this AI get locked building those turbines?
Yeah, it would have been nice to see some scripting for more rapid sandbag placement. And looking at speaking of sandbag placement, looking at Team 2's, look where I put a singular sandbag instead of doing the standard one sandbag up or one full block and then another sandbag. It's a strategically placed one smack dab in the middle.
Yes.
I wonder if
Alexei says that because of the way the AI aims, it's only aiming at the middle of the sandbag.
I was just gonna say that. I wonder if they've done some testing and found that the AI only aims center.
Yeah. So
trying to hit.
So it's more efficient.
Makes sense. The extra tactical sandbag. The heavy mortars are out though, and that means that RNG is no longer in the favor of Team 1 here. All it takes is one mortar to land and damage starts getting done very, very quickly. But
Team 1 sandbags.
Team 1 sandbags are out.
Yep.
That means no more sniping. Well, okay, I was gonna say no more sniping of the turbines, but the sniper's just sniping clean between the sandbags and getting damage down on those turbines. Oh dear.
It does have the fire beam placed down though.
That's an interesting.
I sure hope it doesn't aim for the turbines, which is actually probably either the mortars or the turbines will be its strategic location.
I have no idea where it's gonna shoot.
Would pick that, but I hope it doesn't, because that sandbag's really gonna ruin everything.
Ooh. A heavy mortar lands. It's an expensive repair bill.
Battles are coming in with nice, no early game GG.
Yeah, none of these AI got locked,
Oh,
which is very good.
fire beam, please aim for the mortars.
Oh, straight to the core.
It's just no holds barred here. Sniper with its magical APM instantly door sniping that fire beam though.
Luckily for Team 1, the sniper didn't get ignited by the fire beam. So the fire beam will survive, but that is a hefty repair bill. And if you guys can see, the repairs are being constantly interrupted, meaning Team 1 is actually out of money.
Prioritizes the sniper. Interesting.
Now that does do some damage. That will
Have we
keep the
seen
sniper down.
any core damage to Team 1 yet? I don't know if
no.
I heard. A buzzer. Okay, so we didn't quite. I was thinking that maybe mortar AoE.
Not quite yet,
Still
but it's
not.
getting close. Uh-oh. There goes the sandbags.
Oh,
Yep.
no holds barred. Just everyone. They don't even care about the other weapons. They're just like core damage.
They're just trying to end the game as quickly as possible. We're actually what we're actually seeing here is the mortars are so many that the point defenses are being completely overwhelmed, and now the core is exposed. All it takes is one more mortar hit.
Yeah,
There it
wow.
goes.
Oh, I was so
GG.
excited to see that fire beam put in some work.
Yeah, that actually
Alexian.
worked out better than I expected it to. Alexian coming in with a defensive build, holding off the rush and almost winning, actually. Like, Team 2 had 55 reactor health there.
Yeah.
That's almost a victory.
Yeah, that's very, very close. And that would have only taken a little bit of refining, I think, in the scripting itself to prioritize things in a slightly different order. Doing a little bit of that
Absolutely.
research for the turbine defense. I mean, if they would have found out that putting that middle sandbag in, I think that one thing in itself could have changed a lot.
Yes. Like, that was really close. All right. So, congratulations, Alex. Moving on. We're moving on to round 2 now. We have Lance and Shield versus Merrick's. That's
Yes. So
very
now we're
nice.
going to start to see the more organized AIs against each other.
Yes, or at least those who survived. The survivors. One thing I've learned from AI, those who survive are very much so not necessarily the stronger ones. Or the more intelligent ones.
Survival of the fittest, as Gronkinator says.
Yes.
I'm very, very impressed to see that the singular sandbag unit in front of the turbines. That just goes to show the levels of testing that the programmers, so to speak, or the players have done with this, right? In the testing, finding out that snipers only hit the center or aim for the middle of a device.
Yep.
Therefore, being able to kind of exploit the fact that the AI only targets at one place. So if we only defend one place, you know, you can limit resource spending. You can
Ready up.
something's going wrong with the readying. I'm readying, and then I think when
you go.
Coordinator enters, it unreadies me.
Oh yeah, when he updates it, it unreadies you.
Okay, that's what's
Yes.
happening.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
what's happening. Okay. But it's neat to see that and the different
It
levels
is.
of the different levels of testing that have been done, and it shows by being able to exploit some of the characteristics of the AI. You can get advantages in that sense, right? The singular sandbag versus the dual sandbags can change the build order, the timing, right? If you're not having to repair your turbines, it allows your AI to progress further than if it's stuck in kind of the repairing loop, so to speak.
All right. It sounds like we are good to go. Lance and Shield versus Merrick's. Let's do this. Alrighty. On the left-hand side, we have Lance and Shield, victor of the first round, and then Merrick's on the right-hand side here. Let's see what these do. Now, if I recall correctly, yes, we have this odd turbine configuration here out of Team 1, out of Lance and Shield.
Noticing Merrick's on Team 2 has also sold off its storages once again to try and gain that economic advantage. Very odd.
It's not a strategy we see often. That's for
not at
sure.
all.
That's something we see periodically when running with a super rush out of what are they called? The pinch fist rushes. Not a strategy we see outside of that.
Early game ropes connecting to the ground over here on Team 2. And it looks like it's building the mortar defense. Getting ready for that gunner placement.
If I recall correctly, it actually put mortars in there. This was the AI that had the teeny tiny little slats, undoored slats for the mortars, which is good for a cheap and quick mortar rush. Not good when deformation or any kind of damage starts setting in. But here we already have machine gunners being preemptively placed, waiting for the mortars. We'll see how this interaction works out.
It's actually kind of interesting too. It seems like almost as if they had tested against each other, right? The gunners. I remember watching Lance and Shield in the first one. I don't believe it went against mortars, but it had the two gunners sitting there anyway. It's just neat as we're progressing through the brackets to see the testing and the training that these guys have done with their AIs to kind of hammer out some bugs and notice some of the loops and things like that, and tried to get them out of their scripting.
Remember that the AI don't react to what the enemy do. They follow a predefined build order, if you would. So those gunners are going to be placed whether or not there are mortars. They are simply placed in case there are mortars. In this case, there are mortars, but it seems that the mortars are, at least because they're so forward on front of the fort, are mostly able to get shots without being within the line of sight of those machine guns. At least, there you go. You see a good shot landing on the front there, never in line of sight of those machine guns. Now, of course, that still gives advantage to Team 1 here, as it's cutting out some of the mortars, which is enough to slow things down, and certainly enough to get a few shots off. And here comes the damage.
Yep.
Look at the bracing that Team 1 had
lethal.
done, that extra little sub brace to fit the rockets on the front of the base in the vanilla, built itself a separate base within a base, separate platform to fit it in that tiny little box. Something I've never seen before.
Yes. Here is a good example of what makes rockets so strong. You guys can see after the first volley, just the sheer amount of splash damage done, immediately Team 2 is out of money. You cannot repair.
Yeah.
Just one volley, there's nothing left. There's no economy left. The rockets are, in terms of their alpha damage, they deal so much damage, just so much damage, that there's no way to repair it. Oh, that's how it ends.
Rough. Oh,
Kaboom.
coming in at 3 minutes and 47 seconds.
Wow.
That is Lance
That
and
was
Shield with
fast.
the victory.
Is that the fastest one? 3:45.
I think close. I think there were the other.
It's
There was
certainly
one more
close.
that was fast like that as well. Yeah. Yeah, that was
All right.
It's very interesting to see Lance and Shield's build. How he's decided to get his AI to build the turbines at the back and the bottom, way
Yes.
back there, versus the testing where we saw was it Rage Alert that put the singular sandbag
Yes.
in
Yes.
front of the turbines. Very interesting to
Yeah.
see the levels of testing. He might have found the same thing, being like, well, the AI is prioritizing fans, so I'll just not put them there and move them somewhere else versus using the singular sandbag.
Alright, so here we can see Lance and Shield moves on, and he'll be facing the winner of this next match of JoJo versus Lavin.
Alex coming in with so much damage. I know. I wish that the map creators would make maps where the bases are a little bit closer together. I find a lot of map creators make the bases quite far apart, which makes EMP rushes and rockets a lot less viable. You can see in this vanilla 1v1, it's quite close.
It is.
Yes. Alrighty, let's go ahead and jump into this next match.
JoJo versus Lavin.
Indeed, here on the left-hand side we have JoJo, and on the right-hand side we have Lavin.
Does that mean we're going to see some JoJo's bizarre adventures? Bizarre base builds?
Oh dear. Alright, so both players going out with the machine guns early. It looks like the machine gun out of Team 1 actually getting some purchase here. Because remember, Lavin went with the double exposed sniper right out the gate, just to get the early aggression. And he's getting punished for it because he built them in front of an active machine gun.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Oh, guys, remember this sniper that just exposed, getting perpetually sniped? Oh, there's now 2 active snipers on the other side. Oh, dear. That's gonna be a yikes.
did prioritize that gunner.
Mm-hmm. You know, those sandbags only working against half the sniper shots.
Yeah.
Yep.
You can see now, this is an excellent example of why some of the players like Cronkinator and Alex put their sandbag in the middle instead of at the bottom. Because the snipers just kind of snipe through it every single time.
Every single time. Oh no. I was really rooting for that singular machine gun unit in the front of the base to get a little more suppression down. But when you have 12,000 APM, let me tell you, a gunner behind the door means absolutely nothing.
Man, that sniper is being destroyed and replaced so quickly, there's hardly even a frame drawn on screen before it's back.
Yeah.
And every time it costs 100 metal, which is probably the reason why Team 1 hasn't actually built anything other than that sniper.
Oh man. Oh, there it goes.
Ooh,
There was
that's
actually a delay that time between the
probably
placement of the sniper.
because it's out of money. It is definitely out of money. It's not rebuilding it because it doesn't have the metal to do so. Which is... That means it's already stun locked, guys. It's, eek. That gives Team 2 the opportunity to do whatever he wants, and what he wants is build additional economy. So we can see pretty clearly what this AI's plan is. Use a couple snipers exposed, stun lock the opponent, get some economy, and then worry about weapons and destroying the enemy later.
Yeah. Yeah. Bowser coming in chat here. That's over 9,000 APM. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Over 9,000.
This is going to be another one of those very sad and slow demises for Team 1's AI. And this is the one that hurts the most, watching this, if you're the creator of this AI, watching this happen to you.
Hurts even worse when it's a player.
Well, okay, I'll give you that one. And it is a player, is far more depressing.
And it hurts even more when you're that player.
Oh, dear God.
I remember when I was first learning forts, and of course, you know, I didn't jump into multiplayer right off the bat. As much as I thought I was a pro after watching your videos Incursus, I was like, I can handle anything. I did jump in and play against some AI first, and I realized that after doing the campaign and playing against some AI, that trying to spam through your hotkeys to place things down as fast as this AI can do it, that it's difficult. It took a lot of practice, and finding when I was first testing against the AI, just learning on easy and normal stuff like that, moving to hard, that the AI's harass, you know, trying to learn how to beat it, right? When this happens, like when you're brand new, this happens. You are Team 1, and you just get peppered by this, and then it builds a flat cannon, and then it builds a shotgun, and then it builds some EMPs, and you're just stun locked as you're trying to figure out your parts of the game. So, you know, it is very real that you can be this Team 1 when you're new.
Yeah, it does absolutely happen. And it takes a fair amount of APM from a human in order to get on top of things with the AI. And it's just nothing but practice. Now, one thing I want to mention, and this is directly to Lavin. I saw it the first time and didn't mention it. I'm going to mention it this time. I panned over on my screen just in time for it to happen, just keeping track of it. As the Team 2's build is building up the wooden structure, the rightmost wooden structure, where it just places last turbine, it builds up and it actually builds above and blocks off the swarm missiles, and then immediately deletes it. And I noticed that, I'm like, wait a minute, that's an imperfect recording, how good you are.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Like he wants to expand to get another mortar or something, and he's like, oh no, can't do that. Oh.
still rebuilding that first machine gunner after 7 minutes into the game. 6.5. The mortars are coming in. The warhead has completed construction. The turbines are being upgraded. The pressure is on. Question is, what weapon does the AI use to eliminate Team 1?
I'm very surprised we haven't seen minigunners. I thought minigunners would have been a thing.
We did see one AI that built minigunners.
That is true. That is true. We did.
But minigunners weren't a very common weapon choice. Wow. The AI is so on top of its spending its money that it actually ran out of energy while upgrading, like actually hit 0 energy while upgrading its mortars there.
That I believe is our first AI shield. If I'm not mistaken.
Crazy that this Team 1 is still there at this point.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Team 2 really hasn't been doing much in the way of actual damage, but it's starting to ramp up.
Yeah.
And is that
There
it?
we go.
Yeah. There it is.
Tip over.
Yay.
And there's the collapse.
So Felix was saying with minigunners, you need a few of them, as we know, and not to be stun locked.
Yeah.
You need to double door all of them. I don't even think double dooring would make a difference with a super sniper APM, making it hard to.
I think I agree with you on that one. Double dooring them probably wouldn't help. The reason you double door is to prevent heavy weapons, and heavy weapons are just not a thing in this match. In these matches so far. The games either end or are entirely decided before you have an opportunity for that.
Mm-hmm.
It's seems to be, with the exception of a few, most of these tend to be quite one-sided. But Lavin moves on and will face Lance and Shield in the next round of the tournament. This next upcoming match is Emmenwert versus Felix. All right, let's get the updates in here.
I'm quite relieved to see all this workshop synchronization stuff working.
Yeah, I
smoothly.
was worried. I've had many experiences on a stream where somebody updates a map and just I have to restart the game and re-download things or it just won't work. So far we haven't had any issues and it's great. Like, it's working perfectly and I love it. Good, very good work out there.
Very happy.
Alrighty, let's go ahead and jump into this next match of Emmenwert versus Felix. Let's go. Alrighty there. On the left-hand side, we have Emmenwert. And on the right-hand side, we have Felix.
Ooh, very interesting. Two very experienced players. Let's see if they're using their knowledge in their AI builds.
Well, we can see a lot of minor details that you get from the experienced players. Everything from selling off the metal at the beginning to early rushing out of technology. Oh, yes, here on the left-hand side, Emmenwert is the one with the sniper who's locked behind wood for a long time.
Yeah,
I remember that one.
Has that open spot that makes my OCD twitch.
Apparently Felix has enabled the power of the legendary mouse army. I did.
Oh dear.
Question for you guys as well in the Discord there. If you can get back to me on that. A private message. Incursus. And that sniper's coming in once again with the turbine harass. I always make sure that in multiplayer games, if someone snipes and if someone does that, they're always the first guy I kill. You're half my turbines, you're gonna die. That's just how it is. So Darius wants me to say, tell Incursus this. A kid says I'm cold. The dad says just sit around the corner. It's 90 degrees.
Oh, the puns. I love them.
Oh.
Oh, jeez.
That's like actually like a dad joke. That's super cheap.
Okay, that's
And
the second time. That is the second time here. His AI has shot down the first EMP that has been fired.
yeah.
Poor Felix. Oh. But it actually hits the metal, which is can be considered metal production, which can be considered worse than the energy production.
Oh, shooting his own. Did a little bit of damage.
Oh dear. Alright, so how do these work out? Yeah, no, the machine guns, those EMPs are not going to be very successful as long as the machine guns are available. And I don't actually think that sniper can shoot. I was immediately put my foot in my mouth.
I was gonna say that instant machine gunner replacement.
Remember, machine gunners are cheap. They do have a price, and that can be significant in matches where things are so scrappy. But they are fairly cheap.
Again, though, we're gonna see some of those locks with the snipers shooting the other open snipers. I'd really like to see the progression of this build.
Oh, jeez. How long was it before Team 1 with the wooden blocked door actually managed to get the door on that sniper? I forget. It was a while before it built an actual metal door on it, and if these EMPs land, which sometimes they're doing, then that's just going to slow things down to perhaps an unrecoverable degree. Oh dear. Every time an EMP lands. Out of coffee? No. You know it'd be great.
I remember first learning this game, and when I was playing against the AI, dealing with that EMP stun, it was incredibly difficult if you didn't have any strategies or couldn't manually fire or couldn't get gunners out because of the sniper harass. So I feel if the AI could feel pain, I feel it too.
I know the pain that the AI is feeling. Alrighty, so it looks like Felix's EMPs, while not the most effective, are sometimes landing and seem to be doing just enough to prevent Emmenward's missiles or Emmenward's AI from really proceeding at all. It's not so much that it's completely stun locking Team 1 here, but it is preventing it from carrying on. Like, it's not full on death spiral, but it is slowing it down to basically a crawl. Whereas on the other side, we have Felix, who's able to proceed entirely unhindered. At least unhindered by the opponent. Of course, the energy expenditure of those EMPs is going to slow him down significantly.
I have a new hate for snipers after watching how the AI can use them, and it's so efficient. One sniper essentially keeping all defensive capabilities from a player. Now two snipers, completely irrelevant.
Yeah, I think with the addition of the second sniper out of Team 2 here, right at the top, it's going to stun lock Team 1 there, and that's going to keep those machine gunners down, which is going to let the EMPs land forever, and just, immediately all those machine gunners. And I think that's going to spell the end for Team 1 here. The only hope Team 1 has left, I suspect, is that Team 2's base collapses itself, which we haven't yet seen in these AI matches. We have seen no collapses, but I'm not cutting it out. I'm not
Makes me
discounting
wonder
it.
if they had even considered that. Just keep building and building and building and...
When during the recording, if they build something that falls over, then they would see it fall over. I don't know if they would consider the deformation. I see this base here, the way it is designed, is not particularly stable, and if any base is going to fall over, I think it would be Felix's here.
Okay, you just mentioned recording. I was unaware that it's like recording a macro, so to speak, on your
Yes.
keyboard.
Yes.
I was unaware of that. Okay. So for those of you viewers who don't understand much about how this works, it is programmed very much like you would a macro key on your keyboard. Is that you are essentially building the base, and it then follows that,
Yes.
deviating only slightly based on essentially
The
frustration.
sequence of events, yeah.
Yes.
Okay, that clears that up today. Darius has another pun for us. Today my son asked, "Can I have a bookmark?" and burst into tears. My 11 years old, and he still doesn't know my name is Brian.
I think I'm missing something
Okay,
there.
we'll do it one more time. Today my son asked, "Can I have a bookmark?" And I burst
I
into
get
tears.
it. I get it.
I'm 11 years old, and he still doesn't know my name is Brian.
I get it. Took me a moment. Okay.
Yeah.
Uh,
Straight from dadjokes.com.
oh dear.
Pretty cheesy. I like him.
Triple rockets.
And noticing that Team 2's AI doesn't even need to have any sort of defense against the turbines because the harass is so rapid that no sandbags.
Wow.
Just death by EMP. That's
So frustrating.
difficult to do. Like, that's a way to go. Death by 1,000 cuts.
Yeah. Tell you now, this synergy salt is real.
Oh, jeez. Already, we have Felix with a victory. Took 9 minutes,
Rage
almost
versus
9 minutes of
Alexei.
EMPs. If we had $100 for every EMP shot down by a sniper.
Oh, yeah.
Ah.
That's funny.
Ah, jeez. Alrighty, so Felix moves on and will face the winner of this next match. The next match being Rage Alert versus Alex. We'll see how this one goes down. Both players relying on mortars for this.
Yep. Mortar boy.
The pure RNG gamer.
Okay, I just figured out the whole ready thing.
And you can hear the aha moment very audibly as he says, aha.
Like the clicking in the brain has happened.
Alright, so let's go ahead and jump into this next match. Rage Alert versus Alex. Let's go.
Perfect. Slappy K17. Synergy, the devil is back. I've been grounded for 5 years. Well, I'm glad you're here, buddy. Welcome to the stream.
Alrighty, on the left-hand side, we have Rage Alert. He was on the right-hand side last time. But this time, on the right-hand side, we have Alex. You wonder if the bronze match will be memes again in this tournament. You know, that would be impressive if there was suddenly meme-based AI.
Oh, right, the sniper in a box. I forgot about that.
The box sniper has been placed with the just fully blocked off turbines. You know, that is one interesting thing, because the AI snipers won't actually shoot something if they don't have line of sight to it, so they won't even try to shoot those turbines. So that is a good little quirk to take advantage of. even though it means those turbines are at 30% capacity, or 30% efficiency. Meme AI would just be an AI that rickrolls people.
Savvy K17 is a huge fan of Rage Alert's mouse.
They're very, very well designed from an aesthetic perspective, and it is impressive.
Ooh,
The mortars are launched at the same time from both teams. We have a hit on the mortar from Team 1 and from Team 2. So that's one dead. They both lose a mortar off of it.
Both die. Yeah.
yeah.
Very
you
even.
can see that from Team 1's mortars, 2 of them are prioritizing the sniper, and 1 of them is prioritizing the mortars on the top.
Yeah, that could be the difference between winning and losing. Also, that sandbag, that one sandbag just eating all the sniper shots, and also the mortar shots, which can be very important.
This is very mortary.
Yeah.
Yes, and very close. Ooh, the split sandbag tactic again. Just the sniper, half of those shots are going through to the turbine.
Yep.
Damage done to Team 2.
Oh. Interesting.
Just straight up destroyed the sandbag that Team 2 had lined up there. That's gonna make it a bit rough for Team 2. Uh-oh.
Yeah, it is.
The deformation actually catching in.
Deformation.
Yeah,
Yep.
absolutely.
The sniper getting direct line of sight of the mortars. Okay. That, I think, is game ending. The AI really do not do well when dealing with any kind of morphing of the base or any kind of deformation. It's just going to keep putting those mortars back there, thinking it's safe when it's not.
It's actually kind of stopped.
I think that's just because it's out of money. Mortars, not cheap. At 200 each, especially considering it also has to repair things like that turbine, which is now exposed and cannot have its sandbag replaced, as well as the metal below it. That's I think it's a full-on death spiral here.
It could be. It very well could be.
They're 150, not 200. You are correct.
Yes. Yeah, 150 with a 100 upgrade.
Yes. We went from a very close match with very even weapons to suddenly Team 2 almost entirely unable to respond here.
Wow.
Oh dear. The next mortar go to the core. It does. That's a direct hit.
I would have liked to see it prioritize getting that sandbag in place.
Well,
I don't know
it
if
can't.
Can, though, with the deformation, yeah.
The way it's deformed, it's blocked. The best
So
thing that
when
could
the-
happen. Go ahead.
When the AI is trying to recreate the base, does it naturally snap things back to the grid in the background?
It snaps it to the same position in the worlds as it was originally placed.
Okay, so
Yeah.
when it morphs, it doesn't look at the grid anymore. It's like I need to connect back to that node, so to speak. And that's when it builds kind of deformed as well.
It doesn't try to reconnect to the same node. It tries to build to the same position in the world. If there is a node there, then it will build there.
Okay, I gotcha.
Wow. Well, that was unexpected.
I believe. I
I thought
think.
that super sandbag was going to be the
Yeah, I thought that was all the
Game
rage
changer.
there.
yeah,
It was working until it just got shot and exploded. But that's going to put Rage Alert with the victory. Team 1 taking it.
Nice.
Alex has been eliminated.
Surprise, surprise.
Alright, so Rage Alert will move on to face Felix in the next match. That will be Felix's EMP lockdown of well, it's just kind of depressing to watch, versus the Rage Alert Mortar spam with the box sniper. But next up, we have Lance and Shield versus Lavin coming up here in a moment.
Yeah, very interesting so far to see You can look at the practicing and the testing that some of these players have done with their AIs, and the things they've run into. You know, Rage Alert's singular sandbag unit being one of those things. But it's looking like so far not a whole lot has gone into considering things being destroyed and how they're going to be replaced in the way that their initial build was done.
Yep.
It makes me wonder if doing a little more defensive, only a little bit. I mean, the harass seems to be working to get the initial kill, but to counter the harass, maybe it can't be too defensive. Not like building a base inside of a base right off the bat, but maybe going for the fifth mine, being able to have those resources to keep repairing with the harass. Hard to say.
Hard to say.
I suspect that it's not really possible to take into account that kind of events with the way the AI works in their current state.
So
anything from just base swinging to and fro, a little bit of recoil can be enough to cause the AI to build to an incorrect node or an incorrect position, and things just spiral from there. Now, from experience, I can say that there are certain build patterns that are more susceptible to deformation than others. But outside of avoiding some of those, I really don't think you can take that into account, just because the AI doesn't have any means of determining that.
Right. You think maybe in the first game where we saw the massive base structure happening, the base inside of a base, you think maybe we were trying to prevent that? That was the idea, that if they could build enough structure inside, the deformation wouldn't take place? Maybe that was their thought?
Perhaps. More likely, I think they were just trying to make sure their base was nice and sturdy and defensible. But that is a question best left for the author of the AI. Most of which are actually in chat right now. But
you would think that you would think that having, like, in your build, aiming for a little extra structural integrity would give you a little bit of a defense against the effects of deformation. You would think. Yes. You would think. But, you know, as you pointed out, AI isn't great at adapting at this point.
Right.
Alrighty. So let's go ahead and jump into this next match here. We have Lance and Shields versus Lavin. And we're off. On Team 1, we have Lance and Shield. And on Team 2, we have Lavin. Remember, Lavin is the one of the exposed snipers that just instantly right off the gate just starts sniping things.
I love to see the turbines in the back of the base. I just think it's what a neat idea to prevent that whole.
Yeah.
I mean, and I thought, like I said, I thought Rage Alert had that in the bag with the singular sandbag there, but as we've seen now with the AI being unable to handle the deformation, just avoid it altogether. I'll just put my turbines in the back, and there's nothing you can do about it.
It'll be interesting to see how effective these snipers are now that they don't have a turbine to aim at. As Kronk pointed that out.
So one thing to note, the shooting metal with snipers is actually fairly significant. It doesn't make all that much of a difference in PvP, just human players, just because you can't keep the damage output. But when it comes to repair costs, it's not dissimilar to a turbine.
Absolutely. Which can be enough to throw off, you know, your whole timings, especially in a lot of the rush builds.
That is one of the things that made when I did the sniper spam meme video. That's actually how that worked. It didn't win by just penetrating and breaking through everything. It won by destroying the opponent's economy by causing them to have to repair pieces of metal over and again.
Yeah.
Just by using snipers.
Their economy was snipers. Oh, talk about frustration.
Oh, yeah. Now, my question here is, do any of these missiles land, or these rockets land from Team 1? Because he's going to have the double EMP, and those are going to go out, and they're going to get very quickly upgraded to rockets before being fired. But that's going to breed the question, when the rockets' doors are opened, do they get instantly sniped?
Yeah, is it going to prioritize the launcher itself, or is it going to try and maybe snipe the rockets out of the air?
So the AI can't actually purposefully snipe rockets, it can't see them. At least as far as the sniper is concerned. But it tends to do so because it just immediately shoots the rocket launcher. And the moment the door opens, it immediately shoots the rocket launcher, and the rocket just happens to be still in the barrel of the rocket launcher as it's being fired, so that tends to hit the rockets anyways. But we'll see here how this works out. And we see a perfect example of that. Just those rockets getting immediately sniped out of the air.
Yeah, that the gunner RNG is on point today.
It looks like those snipers actually aren't targeting the rocket launchers, instead targeting the enemy sniper position. But enemy sniper position has a door. Yep. And it gets sniped anyways.
Holy moly! That was out of like... It wasn't even 25% open. Dang.
It's just a few pixels of open, and it goes clean through.
The rage. Man, those gunners putting in serious work.
I just...
Okay, so...
He did it again!
Yeah.
This door snipe is unreal.
Finally.
Yeah, the Team 1's sniper is prioritizing, it looks like, the exposed weapons versus the other AI, Team 2's AI, basically prioritizing the sniper.
Yeah, so remember, Team 1 has doors on everything, so I think it's just firing at what it's considered as the biggest threat, which in this case is the sniper.
You had said, too, that when it's behind a closed door or wooden bracing, then the AI doesn't consider it a threat, correct?
Yes, but when it has nothing to shoot at, it still picks a target.
Okay.
So it's still firing, it just can't hit things.
Did you
It's
guys
just...
see the door jank on Team 2? It did a door jiggle. It like opened, closed, opened, then shot, then closed. As we know, for some of you newer players, the experienced players, Incursus being one of them, primarily loving his snipers, in 1v1 situations, if it's not too crazy, a lot of players will listen for the sound of the doors opening and then just shoot through. So you'll see in some top tier games that players will do, a door jiggle where they'll open, close, and then it'll bait out the shot, and then they can open and shoot back clearly. It was neat to see the AI, probably just a mistake, but it did a little door jiggle. Which is kind of neat.
Good lord. So those rockets are actually finding some purchase. Unless it's able to land the full Alpha Strike, it's not going to drain enough resources to actually cause a death spiral. But any amount of damage is good damage. And the more damage it does, the better chance it has to land this next volley.
The angled door in front of the sniper on Team 1 is actually not taking damage, so it no longer has to repair.
I mean, the angles doesn't matter if it lands the perfect pixel snipe over a door that's only 10% open.
Right.
Yep.
Team 2, however, took a full Alpha Strike, which may mean the death spiral is here.
I love the turbines in the back. I love the platform of the rocket launcher there, just to get that condensed space, right, to fitting 2 rocket launchers in the bottom of the base. I just think is super clever.
I am concerned for Team 2 here.
Yeah.
Yep.
Once that first salvo landed hard enough to destroy all the anti-air, the second salvo had nothing to stop it, and then the second salvo was a full Alpha Strike, and that dealt a ridiculous amount of damage. It's draining all the economy. You can see right there, the repair got interrupted, meaning Team 2 is running out of money, which means the death spiral is... We're on the precipice of the death spiral here.
Imminent.
Yep, there it is. The rockets are starting to land perpetually without money to repair them.
I think it's very interesting too that Team 2 had prioritized the. I'm trying to draw. Prioritized
Additional
batteries.
mines.
Yeah, but
Yeah, that was a weird choice to
the batteries
upgrade the
instead of-
mines. That was weird.
Yeah, agreed. I think that's a little strange.
Oh dear.
Rocket harass.
It's so strong.
It's so annoying.
Team 2 has one sniper left and he's trying so hard. He's actually getting some work done sometimes. He's getting off those door snipes every so often. But, oof. Doesn't have an answer for those rockets. And that's
There
it.
it is.
GG. Lance and shield.
Lance and Shield with a victory.
That
That's a
turbines
good
in
base
the back.
design.
Yep,
like
turbines in the
that.
back. That's the strat. I
You know-
wonder if we'll see that more common in 1v1. I wonder if that'll change the meta.
That, I wouldn't be surprised to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
But let's see, we have Lance and Shield moving on to the finals, undefeated.
Yep.
Next up, we have Felix versus Rage Alert. You know, the strategies I
obviously
want to
that-
see from an AI are swinging the core and literally just mass snipers.
Swing the core. I'm actually, if you're saying that the AI just follows this, essentially like a macro in its programming, it very well could do that, right? They could have just
Absolutely.
added do a core swing. Yeah.
Absolutely.
However, you would also have snipers on the other side being like, hey, core's exposed. I'll just shoot that.
Yeah, absolutely. That's the first thing they're going to do. They're like, oh, look, you're swinging a core. I'm going to just shoot you a lot.
Yeah. Bang, 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 dead.
Oh dear. Alrighty, so Cronkinator is back with the updated AI, Felix versus Rage Alert. I will say this. Gronk is very fast at doing this updating between matches.
Yes, he's refined it to an art form. It's amazing.
I am
how well
impressed.
he's doing this. I was thinking with this core swing thing, can somebody catapult their core into the enemy core and take it out? Who wins? Who explodes first?
Oh, is there a draw mechanic in the game?
There is.
There is.
There is a draw. You can have a draw.
Oh, right. And then it goes to damage dealt, right?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah,
Yep.
yeah. Okay.
Alrighty, so let's go ahead and get this match going. Felix versus Rage Alert. Mortars versus EMP.
Versus the singular sandbag unit.
Yes. Alrighty, here on the left-hand side we have Felix. We know going to be going with that EMP strat. And on the right-hand side we have Rage Alerts. Maybe going for some early game mortars here. Yes. I believe that is correct, Cronkinator. From my practice on live against players, the one who drops the core on another core is the one who loses. By like
There you go.
2 ticks. Maybe 1 tick.
This is the that piece of wood that we were talking about earlier. That he covers his turbines with that, builds them behind
Yep.
cover. Very interesting strategy. Obviously, a counter to
The snipe.
the sniping, right? Instead of figuring out the singular sandbag unit, he comes in with
Just blocks it off entirely.
yeah, just blocks it off, allows the AI to get those things built, and then tries to spam out the defense.
Alright, so the mortars are already up for Rage Alert here. There's the
Makes
sniper.
me wonder if in future tournaments, if this continues to be a thing, if we're going to start to seeing just instant shields right off the bat.
Have we? I don't think we've seen a shield yet. Have we?
There was one.
We have seen a couple
later
shields,
game.
but yes, only in the really late game builds here. Uh-oh, that's an exposed turbine. It's gonna get sniped. More importantly,
Confused AI.
there's just incendiary mortars raining down in Team 1 and no countermeasures for this, which usually spells the end of the game. And yeah, incendiary mortars versus turbine. That only ends one way.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Yeah, very unfortunate.
Oh, he really needed that EMP to land on the core. Mortars like this can be quite energy expensive. Oh!
Got himself.
Oh,
And snipe. Is the door not open? Oh, it's not. It is.
It is.
Come on, you can hit that AI. You can hit that.
It might not have line of sight.
Yeah, the angle of the dangle there, I think, prevented it from shooting.
Yeah. The EMP on himself, just the RNG was a little bit rough. But if that EMP lands on the core, it could shut down the energy production and actually buy enough time for Felix on Team 1 here to make a comeback. But things are looking really rough here for Team 1.
Oh,
He's shutting
prioritizing
down the sniper. I mean, that's not bad. It's not bad at all,
It is
especially
taking out two of the
considering...
mortars with it.
Yes, especially considering it's taking out those mortars.
That could actually be viable. So it's hitting it.
Oh,
there we go.
that's the
a perfect
ideal
shot.
one.
yeah.
That, I think, is actually a negative energy expenditure for Team 2 there, because there's 0 energy production and there are mines draining energy. Meaning once those mortars fire and the battery is drained, there's no more damage output for Team 2, so long as that EMP keeps up doing that. The EMPs are rough.
God, they're so frustrating. Frustrating. Oh man. Any game, you know, you're building away, you're doing your thing, and then some dude, you know, comes out of nowhere with an EMP, and you're like, oh no,
Everything is ruined!
everything is ruined. And it throws a pipe wrench into your whole program.
Oh, man, even Felix's sniper doing damage to those turbines, actually taking one of them out. Like this, this looks bad for Team 1, but it's a lot closer than I expected it to be.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I think it's a
It's-
lot worse. Could be a lot worse for Team 2 with that EMP and stopping that energy production.
Oh, that was a critical miss.
You know, I think if you took Team 1's build, exactly what they're doing now, and just move the turbines to the back of the base like we'd seen previously with Lansing, you know, and move them back there, that would essentially make this build really good.
It would make it good versus this kind of thing, yes. Or would it? No, it wouldn't. Mortars still go up, over, and above. They could still target the turbine.
Yeah.
Like the reason the turbine up top is dangerous is because of the snipers. Oh,
Here we go.
even worse. That's deformation. Oh, that's almost a perfect rebuild.
Yeah, I got really lucky there.
It really did.
Oh, just missed that little bit of a connector right here, as you guys can see. That little bit where it's not going to be able to connect.
Okay, that's fine. AI can rebuild from this point, but I don't think it's gonna get the opportunity to. Without the sniper to, well, it needs to get an EMP shot.
off.
Yeah, no, that's just too many. I think there's now extra turbines in the back, so even if it hits it, there's still energy production. The heavy mortar is just out now, so now the damage is. It's not on fire anymore. This is how it ends. There's no more fire. There's no more slow burn. It is only death.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Dan Freddy coming in chat. Who is Incursus?
GG.
GG.
guys.
And with that, Rage Alert moves on with the mortars,
To the final.
Yeah.
where he will face Lance and Shield. So now we have the bronze match next, which is going to be Lavin versus Felix. We get to see the EMPs one more time.
Papa Retro Gaming says, but like most creations from Galaxy Brain Enterprises, it didn't go well. Galaxy Brain, that's such a clever name. That's really funny.
No commanders? No, there are no commanders in this tournament. Commander free zone.
I would play some. Any of my good epic battle music for the finals is all copyright.
Yeah, well, I mean, welcome to music. You know who makes really good music? Ay.
Name I cannot say without giving my monetization rights away.
Ay.
All right, this is going to be
Alrighty.
interesting. Let's see.
Oh yeah, allowing AIs to take advantage of commanders would have been pretty impressive.
Would have been different. Certainly it changed the builds a bit. Probably a bit more comebacks. But nonetheless, we are off. So this next one, Cronkinator, is this... We're going for the bronze match next, correct? Or... Because I don't see that one
Yes,
updated
that's
in
right.
the... Okay.
Yep.
Okay, so this will be Lavin versus Felix.
So Lavin says, darkness is in every shot of my AI. And be aware that once your AI is plunged into darkness, there is no way to win.
Alright.
No way to win.
Let's see what kind of memes these AI bring out this time. It's probably just gonna be snipers
Warning.
and
Nuclear launch
EMPs.
detected.
It's my prediction, snipers and EMPs. Because on the left-hand side here, we have Lavin. He's going to be going with the double sniper out in the open strat, which is really good versus turbines. And on the right-hand
I
side,
am back with a single nuke
we
listening in
have
at work.
Felix with this terribly powerful EMP lockdown strat that's been ravishing their opponents so far.
Right? Oh. So that must have been what he found, is like, if I just put out as many snipers as possible, turbines will not stand a chance.
I think the AI in general just doesn't stand a chance. Just anything exposed that we're not exposed
Yeah.
behind doors. You just put the snipers out there and let the AI have fun with it.
Yep.
Yep. That-
Super
Good God.
human Snipe that. The door. Did you see the sniper there? It like jiggled. It's like, I'm gonna get him. I'm gonna get him.
that one sniper, Felix's one sniper, took out so many snipers, but every time Team 1 just rebuilt it within one frame. Just instant rebuilds, giving the second sniper plenty of time. Oh, here we go again. Here it goes. The same sniper just getting sniped over and over again while the other sniper just shoots at a turbine. Ah, jeez.
Sonodon coming with the Leroy Jenkins redeem. Look at if you guys zoom in on the sniper, look at it trying to decide targets. It does like a oh, get that guy, no this guy, no that guy.
Oh, jeez. So, while Team 1 is technically winning the sniper war by virtue of spamming down more snipers, I think Team 2 is actually coming out on top of this exchange, just because it's not spending all of its money on snipers. It can actually invest into more things. You can see it progressing its builds. It's added on extra doors, extra wood, and soon it's going to be adding down those EMPs. Whereas Team 1 struggling to keep its base level units alive. You see that sniper being replaced every time. Remember, a sniper costs 100 metal, so it's using more metal right now than it's making, which is
Protection level maximum.
yeah.
Oh, leaves the door open. The gunner leaving the door open, getting a breath of fresh air.
That's a bad
Can't
idea.
Decide.
Oh, there it
is.
goes.
Yeah.
Okay. Ah,
I assume it opened the door. The snipers were taking up the energy production of the core and the turbine, and it was just waiting for that spare little bit to take a shot.
all right.
What?
Jeez, you know, the double door strat really not working out.
No.
Like the double doors are not providing a stronger benefit. That good God. it fired through a pixel of a door.
Yeah, yeah, truly impressive. A new standard that pros will have to. Oh my god, that is crazy.
And that might just be it with the core. The core taking the hit with the EMP, and with it any hope of having energy production. Yikes. Yeah, I don't think it can come back from this. I think the death spiral is already here.
Yeah.
Look how
I
long
agree.
it's taking to rebuild its machine gunners and snipers, where once it was just one frame away, it just doesn't have the economy for it. I think the EMPs are going to get this.
So that goes back to leading in. Do we think that adding more economy early game, getting that fifth mine, maybe even obviously protecting your turbines, so that's your sniper's #1 target, but adding in upgraded mines earlier into the repertoire to have the eco to deal with stuff like this?
I don't think so. The reason is because even if you had an additional mine, what are you going to do with that extra money? You get, it's what, 5 metal per second bonus? That's not going to stop you from taking hits from 2 EMPs and a sniper.
Valid point. But it would leave you the economy to continually place gunners, like, because it gets stuck in its loop though, right? But if you had the resources to continuously place, it might, because it can build in one frame, right? So if it could get all 4 of its 2 snipers and 2 gunners out, it could then place a turbine, right? Having that little bit of extra resources.
Yes, I do not believe 1 mine is going to make the difference in that. Oh, potential deformation. Uh-oh.
The EMP frustration.
Here it comes. Yikes. Sniper
out.
shooting out another EMP. It really should have been EMPs shot down.
Yeah, no kidding.
Alright, so now Team 2 is freely able to build just completely unabated. We're going to see here, it's just going to expand, it's going to put down the swarm missile, there's the swarm missile, now it starts its expansion. We're going to see here another example of it building a strut of wood, and then unbuilding the strut of wood almost immediately. Although I think that might be, yeah, it's after it builds the second sniper, so we still got a little bit of time before that moment comes.
Right. So much. There's nothing more frustrating in the game of forts than someone taking your ability away to play forts.
Yeah.
I just want to play, man. I just want to play. Let me play.
Alright,
Not to
jeez.
mention perfect aim. Amazing how many games can be decided without even venturing into tier 2 tech.
Yeah, well, I mean, when you don't have the adaptability of a human, it's something like the EMPs can just lock you down forever. So
Some
it's
swarms. Nice.
it's actually firing those this time. Previously, it tried and then failed because it upgraded into warheads too quickly. This time, it's just, I think, just because it's been largely uncontested, it was able to lock down its opponent so much earlier than the other opponents. It was freely able to spend its money on getting that swarm missile faster.
EMPs. I like the strategy. I like the strategy.
That awkward moment when
When I-
EMPs alone are enough to starve your opponent of all metal production. Look at that. It doesn't even have the metal to build basic wooden struts. It's trying to repair. Oh, there it goes. Alright, looks like it's prioritizing weapons right now. Oof. I think the AI is completely broken. The deforming. It's building that strut but not connecting it anymore.
Yep.
Oh dear. Alright. Team 2 is really starting to expand its weapons. You're gonna get that third rocket launcher. The warhead is almost complete. Team 1's AI is just confused, it's battered, it's broken, it's given up on life. This is the effect EMPs have. It's just the perpetual shutdown of the core.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, that's its only energy source at this point. It has no more turbines.
There's no more anything.
I believe Lavin is seeing the darkness.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Lights her out. Oh man.
Oh,
Wow.
death by AP sniper. GG. 9 minutes of EMP.
Yeah. Oh my.
Good lord. Alright, well, Felix takes third position. Congratulations.
Well, we say Felix is now the best loser.
Hey!
Gold star.
Okay, Lanson versus Rage for the final.
Indeed. We have Lance and Shield versus Rage Alert.
I'm very interested to see how this game goes.
Yes.
Let's see, where are we at? Time-wise, how long is it? How long have we been going for?
Hour and a half. If
Hour and a half? No, 2.5. No?
2.5.
Am I losing? Yep. Still, that's pretty
yeah,
good.
math.
You can
Sorry,
do
I'm
it!
trying to shake off the salt from those EMPs. Still, I'm a little bitter.
Hey, I want to give a shout out to
Bit of proxy salt, right?
Paul Odermatt coming in with the nuclear launch. Thank you so much coming in with that support. I do want to say thank you guys. I am taking care of donations and such outside of the matches so that we can keep focused on the content, because these are some really good matches here, guys.
I'm actually very interested to see
And
the
hello,
adaptation
Fraz.
that we're gonna
I
see
see
from
you
these-
in chat. How you
from these
doing,
players
man?
and their AIs and how they're going to change their strats to adapt to some of the stuff here, or just changing their base build. I really think we're going to see more shields early on, sooner, to just not deal with the sniper harass on turbines. And it can be placed, so if there is deformation in the base, right, and trying to get that as we noticed, the singular sandbag unit there, well, a shield just connects node to node, unless it gets too deformed where it can't place the shield back. I think the AI would have a better time.
It'd be interesting to see that for sure.
Yes. I'm guessing knowing these creators, I'm guessing they're going to go with a quote-unquote try-hard path and just put the sandbag up and be like, no, I want it to be ideal. And the 200 metal for the energy shield is too much, so we're going to go with the sandbag. But I wonder which one will work out. But let's go ahead and jump into this finals match here and see who the winner is. So next up, we have Lance and Shield versus Rage Alert. Here on the left-hand side, we have Lance and Shield. And on the right-hand side, Rage Alert. Let's go.
For the final.
Absolutely.
This is for all the beans. We're going to see if turbines in the rear of the base are the new meta.
Rear base turbines too strong.
Yep. OP. Nerf wind floor. Problem solved.
Alright, so remember, Rage Alert has those mortars sat behind the boxed sniper. See how well that works out. Whereas left-hand side, it's rockets. Not
so
sure.
is mentioning there that he's removed the wind floor off of this, which is why this strat worked. Because I'm pretty sure in a standard 1v1, the wind floor down here is virtually nothing. I mean, it's virtually nothing on top of the base. You gotta get quite high in order to reach an optimal wind floor.
Yes, it's about 2 boxes up before it starts to become decent, comparable to other maps.
Even between the 1v1 version and the 4v4 version
Yes,
as well.
which is difficult to deal with sometimes.
Yeah.
But the wind floor has been completely removed, so turbines at ground level as they are. Did it just shoot
Oops.
itself? AI
It
just
did.
shot itself.
Yeah, it hit the hit that bracing that we had mentioned earlier.
I remember Lance and Shield did add some machine gunners in here. You can see them shooting up top, and those aren't perfect in that they can't shoot down every mortar just because the mortars really aren't in the firing arc of machine gunners, but just removing some of them is usually enough to make the difference, because mortars need a lot of hits to get things done, and those machine gunners prevent that a lot of hits just by mitigating half of the damage, so to speak.
Oh, prioritizing turbine. Interesting.
Yeah.
I wonder
I
if that was
remember-
an oops or on purpose.
Saying something. I mean, so far the AI has been perfectly accurate with everything it's done. I have no reason to believe that it's not focusing that on purpose. But I did mention that those turbines back there not immune to mortars. But more importantly, those rockets are going to land uncontested, and already Team 2 is out of money. It's struggling to repair, so I think this is going to end very quickly.
Yep.
Oh no.
Rockets are
Wow.
those weapons that are pretty easy to defend against, super easy to see coming, and if you don't defend against them or see them coming, you just lose the game.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's what's happening here. You can't take 4 rockets and expect to come back. You can kind of come back from 4 rockets, but you have to do some shenanigans and give up some stuff. You have to sacrifice some things.
Yeah.
AI not particularly
Big
good at
box
the whole
was done.
sacrificing. Yep. I think Team 1's got this one. The one chance Team 2 had was in fully suppressing Team 1 with those initial mortar volleys, and that didn't happen. Not with those machine gunners out. Actually, yeah, this Team 2 Metal Starve. This is going to be, I suspect this is going to be very one-sided.
Yeah, it was back and forth there for a while, but not no more.
Oh dear. Here comes another volley.
Yeah. It's spamming that R key, trying to get as much repairing done on that base as possible with virtually no resources.
These turbines balancing on a single foundation node over here.
Yeah.
Just wobbling back and forth. I can't get enough of that. Oh, jeez.
Core damage.
I think it's finally hit the point where the spiral doesn't have anything else to sacrifice. It's just gonna be digging through with no chance of recovery.
Lance and Shield coming in with the all-time strat.
And that's it.
Nice.
Lance and Shield with the victory, taking first place in the
In
first
5 minutes.
AI tournament. In 5 minutes, yeah, that was a fast
Yeah.
one. Even by the
was a fast
AI
one.
standards.
That was awesome. Congrats, Lance and Shield. That's awesome.
GG. We have our winner. Now,
Dude.
there was an interesting question posed. Does anyone wish to take on the winner of this tournament? Human versus AI. As I'll volunteer for that.
You should do that.
Let's give it a shot.
We should also so if we lose, we should keep adding. You think if we add more players on, the AI would just crumble?
I don't think the AI is programmed to be able to handle other maps and such.
More than one. Yeah.
More than one.
What about putting multiple AIs on? You know, if you did like a 2v2 and you just put the AIs in each slot.
I think that requires a little bit more technical maneuvering than we want to do, than we want to impromptu right now. But it should be simple enough for me to just take a player slot here on Team 1.
All right, let me put my casting pants on here.
All right, let's go ahead and do that. So I'll hop on the Team 1 here. Against, or you know what, I'll hop on the Team 2 so you don't have to change the map because it was Team 1 that won that one, Lance and Shield. So I'll be Team 2 and try to deal with this ridiculous sniper spam that is Lance and Shield
Nuclear
here.
launch detected.
Incursus is flexing his ability to play on Team 2, something I am not capable of doing.
Oh dear. Alright, so I actually haven't played against the ultra hard AI yet, so this is going to be a new experience for me, and I'm sure it's going to be absolutely miserable. So let's go ahead and jump right into this. Better not lose? Okay, yeah, well, I'm going to be
No
in for a
pressure.
shock.
No pressure.
Okay, so we have Lance and Shields AI on the left, Team 1. And Project Incursus Gaming himself on Team 2 on the right.
Incursus AI.
Incursus AI, that's right. That's right.
Actually, you know what, let's do this.
Kind of
Oh, right,
interesting
there's no
because-
wind floor here. I gotta remember that.
Yeah. So Incursus is going to be able to take advantage of the fact that we've seen basically what the AI can do, and is going to be able to hopefully unleash a perfect counter to that. Right, already I can see that going to be the singular sandbag unit. There it is.
Have
My
had
10
a
bucks
little
go
bit of an
for
advantage.
Incursus.
Alright.
It's going to be interesting here. What are your thoughts, Incursus? Have you figured out kind of maybe what you're thinking? What you're
Well, the
gonna do?
first thing I think of is mortars, because the game is not going to last particularly long, but I know he's going to have those machine gunners up there, and that's going to be a little bit difficult for me to deal with. So what I really have to do is make sure that I can defend against those rockets, which I suspect I'm not going to be able to do without an extra mine and wood spam. Now, my question is, can I deal with that sniper? I'm not even going to, honestly, I'm not even going to try to contest that sniper. It's going to be beyond my ability to outsnipe it, as much as I would love to take advantage of the whole, them having, what is it called? Them having a...
I believe
ability
it
to-
only has one door.
Yes, it only has one door. That requires me to get out an upgrade center and keep on top of it,
Yeah, it's true. That's true.
which is not a great scenario here. So I want to get some of these guys out so I can get some fire down on him. Now I do realize that these guys aren't going to be terribly destructive to his build order. I'm going to need an upgrade center very quickly. In fact, let me just go ahead and do all of this, because he's already got his upgrade center going.
Yeah, it's operational. So keep in mind too that Incursus has 4 mines, where Lance and Shields AI only has 3. So in terms of that, is that going to make a big difference right now? No, but if harass starts to happen, that could be a determining factor later on. We can burn him out of resources faster. Incursus mortars coming out relatively quickly.
So the trick here is to send them at that low angle like that,
Yep.
so that the
Exactly.
rockets don't have a good opportunity to actually get something done. Or the machine gunners don't have a good opportunity.
Oh no!
Alright, now that's a problem.
And the door just finishes. Bang! There it is. It literally just finished. Still
Yep,
only behind
I
a singular.
don't doubt it. Fire, please, thank you.
That's a perfect angle. Gunner's unable to hit the mortars.
And that is the weakness of doing those kind of... I need money. Yeah, and that might just be it.
Oh no!
Okay, so my issue now is money. Okay, so I've got to get lucky here with the sniper. Oh, I did not expect that to work.
That's really lucky. It's a small window. The sniper now moving up to its second door. I was going to say, there is an opportunity. The top rocket is only behind a singular door. AP sniper, you're probably only going to get one shot with it. That was
Oh, short.
just
Yeah, a little short on those
Little
motors.
Rocket's coming in, still suppressing.
I don't know if
income.
that's gonna land.
Oh!
No.
Not quite.
Okay, moment of truth. AP sniper is ready. Are we going to get...
Not quite.
Not quite.
Those mortars should be better. Better, TM.
Oh, that's singular sandbag unit putting in some serious work.
Okay.
So
I'm
rickety.
so out of money. Yeah.
So, right. Oh, RNG on those gunners missed. We did hit the doors of that. We did hit the doors of the rockets at the bottom there with the mortar fire.
I don't even have the money to fire the mortars. Oh, instantly penalized.
Instantly.
Okay. Alright, so there is something else I can do here that I don't think the AI has taken into account. And this is going to be terribly cheesy. But I'm going to give it a shot.
You can see. Ah! As long as it doesn't hit. As long as it doesn't hit a node.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Okay, that might be difficult actually. Everything is on fire.
I think it's definitely on fire. Come on, come on. APM, please. Thank you.
Portals are banned.
Yeah.
The thing about portals, they are kind of expensive.
Yeah. And with the delay of activation, it might not be with the AI basically spam firing constantly. It's going to be difficult to see if those portals will get activated in time.
I don't.
But
I
it would
actually
also be really
can't.
nice to see that.
I
It
actually
would be
can't.
nice to see
I don't have the
if
money
sniper
for it.
could shoot itself.
Come on. Oh dear.
Interesting here.
The second sniper is up. Okay, let's get this out. Jeez. I can survive. That's not the issue. Well, I mean, surviving is kind of an issue, but bigger issue is getting damage done.
It's the most tremendous new musical experience you can have.
Okay. I don't think the AP sniper is actually going to work out anymore. By now, it should have enough doors on things. It did not like that turbine.
Oh no. I think
This is how it
Merrick's
is, boys.
ultra greedy build might no, because the sniper. That's hard to say. Very hard to say. Incursus is having a hard time keeping his turbines up here. The singular sandbag unit not doing quite as much against rockets as it does that perfect sniper shot. Inflicting a little bit of damage there. You can see that the AI is
Hey,
going
got
for its
one.
fourth mine.
Yeah.
Yeah, good shot.
I'm
Just
happy
coming in with
with
that
just getting one.
inhumane accuracy.
Alright, if I can get... I don't even need a turbine that badly. Come on, just under.
Oh, getting more wood spam in now from the AI.
I need another place for one of these boys. And
That's what I
need
found
these
too when
shots to land.
When I took on the Ultra AI, just using the default, not a scripted build like this one, but when I took on the Ultra AI, I found that I went, I did some firebeam kind of shenanigans, and then I had to continue and build mortars in the back,
Warning. Nuclear
as well
launch
as
detected.
shotguns, as well as.
Yeah, got a lot to do here to just stay alive. Alright, he's getting more machine gunners now, which is only going to make my life more difficult.
Sky Net
Yeah.
called. Wants to know the program your opponent wants to talk.
That rear gunner now has that different angle to hit the mortars. Even if we're low firing the mortars now, that rear gunner he has is able to target. Oh yeah! Oh,
So close.
you're
He
looking at a
still
pixel.
takes out one of the mortars though, which is really bad for me. Okay, let's get do this.
Is it-
Come on.
It's 2 sniper shots to take out a shotgun, right?
I think it's still 1. I don't remember actually. I know that got changed. All right, I need any
yeah,
amount
I
of
think it
additional
was-
energy production here. Going to this strat.
Has been buffed. Yes. Okay, so it was buffed. I thought so. So possibly shotgun would give you the opportunity. Obviously, there's no resources at this point, but
Yeah.
oh, he does have 2 snipers too, so it would be taken. Whoa,
Okay.
broken embrace.
If I can
Yeah,
do
it has
that
timed the
again.
base with ropes. Incursus is not in as much trouble as we thought. He's sustaining. How's your metal income? We don't have. view of that. Is it
I have 7.
all right?
It's not good. It's very much so not good. The mortars are not firing, not because I don't have energy. They're not firing because I don't have metal to fire them. It's everything is not going well. Like
Yeah, that was only 3 pixels or 3 frames for you to get that wooden bracing back in place.
you know, I've done this a lot.
Yeah, that's like 9,000 APM, man. That's quite 12,000.
Okay, if I can get... So the thing I'm going for here is I'm trying to aim at his foundation, and I'm trying to break it, because in doing so that would cause a bit of deformation there, and cause the AI to panic. Now that requires me to land 3 upgraded mortar shots, which is difficult considering the scenario.
We're at a
And
slight advantage here. Since the AI knows where everything is, they are up to now 3 rocket launchers.
I was going to say,
firing
that's a little bit
Yeah.
different now. Things are getting a bit more rough than they were a moment ago, and that's it.
Oh,
GG. Ah, man.
I don't think
That
I've ever
is
seen
rough.
you lose to an AI.
Well, I don't usually fight them, especially not this one. Oh, jeez.
That's great. That just shows you how significant that Lance and
Yes.
Shield's AI is. That's cool. Very
It's
cool. I
the
mean, look, it's
snipers.
completely unfair, but you know, that's besides the point.
I actually was very close there, but
I think you could. I think
I think I
mean,
totally
obviously
could.
you could
A
cheese
time or
it, but I
two.
mean, like going the portals is a bit of a cheese. But you know, I think you didn't need to do that. You possibly could have done it without that.
I didn't even get them online.
No, and if you had landed some of those upgraded mortars right at the base of at the lower part of his base, I think you would have done it.
it was very close. I destroyed one of the doors there, some of the foundation, but not quite enough. I needed like 1, maybe 2 more volleys, and I think it would have been on top, actually. But nonetheless, that was very, very fun. And I think that is a great way to wrap up the end of this tournament.
I agree.
Congratulations.
Thanks a lot, guys. Yes, congrats to everybody, and thanks for everybody participating, and you guys, Incursus and Synergy, and Kronk for organizing everything. He did a fantastic job. I think we're going to do this again and iterate on it and do some stuff to make it better. I'm going to increase the donation tenfold and multiply the per warhead impact by to $1,000 per warhead that was used. So that'll be a bit more useful money to the World Health Organization. So thanks a lot, guys. It was awesome.
Absolutely, it
my
was
pleasure.
absolutely a pleasure to be here. Thanks
And
so
it's-
much for the opportunity, Curtis. It was fantastic to cast the game with you.
I'm glad you enjoyed, and it's a special thank you to Conkenator who put everything together and made it
Absolutely.
run so smoothly.
Yeah, that was awesome.
All right, guys. Well,
Yeah,
it has
actually
been
very
good,
smoothly.
but I will see you guys later.
See ya.
Alright, stream, it has been great. I am going to have to shut this stream down for a little bit. I need to go get some food and take care of some life stuff, but I will be back again during our normal stream time, probably a bit earlier with some StarCraft 2. But for now, I'll see you guys in a little while. Catch you guys later.